Hello, Gordo.
Yeehaw.
Let's reflect on last night's game, Gordo, or actually yesterday morning's game, if you have it. A big win for the Red Sox. Lucas Giolito absolutely dealing. And one of the highlights for the game absolutely was the only home run in an offensive onslaught by the Red Sox against the Washington Nationals. That was from Trevor Story. Here's the play of yesterday's game brought to you by Nissan. Stay tuned after the game for Nissan's post-game show. Nissan is here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinders. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. Here is a play from yesterday's game.
Here is Trevor's Story, who's had a really nice day. 3 hits and a ground out. 9-1 Red Sox. He drives one high and deep into left field. That thing is back at the wall. It is gone. 2-run homer for Trevor's Story, and it is 11-1 Red Sox.
Well, there's Will Fleming with the excellent call. Speaking of Trevor Story, Gordo, Trevor Story went 4 for 5 with a home run and stolen base, 4 RBIs. Get this. Ready? Ready for some numbers?
Oh, let's hear the numbies.
He is hitting .542. That's 13 for 24 with 6 extra base hits and 10 RBIs during his six-game hitting streak. Has an extra base hit in 4 straight games for the first time with Boston. Is that good?
That's pretty good. He's been cooking for what, a good 3.5 weeks at this point.
Yep. And you know what? That's all well and good. It's all well and good you score runs, but you know what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to pitch. And with the pitching matchup, we're gonna give you today's pitching matchups are brought to you by Town Fair Tire for the best prices on tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. And can you tell me the pitching matchups? I can tell you.
Today?
Yeah, guess.
For the starting pitcher?
Yes, the starting pitcher.
Yeah, I could tell you.
Walker Buehler and
Mitchell Parker, the worst defensive starting pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Well, you are obsessed with that stat. Walker Buehler.
I love it. Because how is that? How did
I mean, you're just like obsessed with it. Walker Buehler is just 1-5 with an 8.64 ERA in his 8 starts since returning from shoulder bursitis. Boston has lost each of Buehler's last 4 road starts as he came off the IL 0-3 with a 13.80 ERA. Not good. He gave up 4 runs over 4 innings on Sunday in the 5-3 loss to Toronto. Mitchell Parker, I'm not clear. Is he a good fielder or no?
He's not good in the field.
He's not good in the field. He's also allowed 10 home runs over his last 8 starts. He has an 8.47 ERA in the first inning of his 17 starts. That
is why you pick the lineup with the lefties at the top.
After that is a respectable 3.75 ERA. I mean, you talk about the first inning. Holy mackerel. The first inning between Buehler and Mitchell Parker, it's going to be a wild one.
I was going to say, he kind of belongs on this staff.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it's worth tuning in for. You're not going to want to miss.
Yeah, don't miss the first
You're not going to want to miss a pitch. And by the way, speaking of not wanting to miss a pitch, tonight's first pitch is at 7. Is at, what time is that? 4?
Right? Straight up 4:05.
4 o'clock, 4:05, okay. Is at 4:05. First pitch brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all 7s at 617-777-7777. Well, let me tell you, the lineups. Gordo, you got the lineups there? Why don't you pull up the lineups for me, all right? And the lineups that Gordo is about to read, that lineups are brought to you by Herb Chambers. Herb Chambers, we don't just sell cars, we help people buy them. Also, a reminder, Gordo, Twitch, people can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEI, brought to you by Subaru of New England. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. All right, give me the lineup.
All right, we'll start with the Sox. Leading off, playing third base, Nate Eaton. Batting second, playing second, Romy Gonzalez. In right field, batting third, Roman Anthony. DH, Rob Refsnyder hitting cleanup. Carlos Narvaez is the catcher hitting 5th. Trevor Story, the shortstop, hitting 6th. Jaron Duran in left field hitting 7th. Babraham Toro playing first base, batting 8th. And Cedon Rafaela in center, batting 9th.
What jumps out to you about that lineup?
I would say probably Nate Eaton in the leadoff spot. Jumps out.
Nate, listen, got to mix it up every once in a while. You know, Nate Eaton, I'll say this. I think that people have slept on Nate Eaton a little bit. In spring training, we saw a lot of him. He looked pretty good. Obviously, a guy that can play all over the field. Only played in the outfield in spring training, but we saw he has good instincts. He has really good instincts. I like his instincts. He's made some really, really instinctual plays. Yeah, he's a ball player. And he also had some major league experience before he joined the Red Sox with Kansas City. So he's an intriguing guy. Now, is he a guy that I think that once some of these guys come back is going to be on the team? Probably not. But still, has helped sort of keep their head above water a little bit, correct?
Yeah, I mean, come on. He's more than done his job. He's made some good plays in the field. That diving tag at third base sticks out. What was that, in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Or was that in Anaheim? Either way. Diving tag at third base, it was a really nice play from Eaton, who I know has played a lot of outfield, but this year playing a little bit more infield.
Well, I tell you what, we talk about this game, the importance of this game. Every game's important. We've talked a lot of times about what life is like after Rafi Devers, what is life like before you get back to Alex Bregman, what life is like before the trade deadline. And this is another example of that, partly because Buehler's pitching, and you've got to see something better results from them. I just rattled off the numbers, but also just because of where they are in the standings. 2 back in the wild card right now. They've won 4 or 6 games on the heel of the season worst 6-game losing streak. Red Sox have scored 50 runs on 75 hits with a .341 batting average over the last 6 games, Gordo. And that is something a week ago when we were talking about this team, we were literally saying, how are they ever going to score a run?
Yeah.
So what is the difference? What is the biggest difference for you? Power rank the differences.
I would say the biggest differences is Roman Anthony has stepped up.
Number 1.
Yeah, he's probably number 1. Wilyer Abreu is maybe a 1B, to be honest with you, though, Rob. Like, his Cincinnati Reds series, I mean, go beyond the inside the park homer in the Grand Slam. I mean, he's just been terrific offensively. I would say Trevor Story maybe is the 3rd. He's not only, I mean, cooking for the last, 3.5 weeks, hitting, what'd you say during his 6-game hit streak? He's hitting like 450 or something, you said?
He is hitting over 500.
Over 5, I mean, even better.
He's hitting 542.
And it's in key spots too. Like, he obviously hit the home run yesterday, but he had a hit that made it, I believe that it made the game a 6-run game at the time. I could be, it was a 2 RBI hit. It might have been made it 5-0. But I mean, he's getting hits in key spots. He's hitting home runs. He's been doing it all. He's played good defense. When you've got this group of guys that it's, I don't want to call it a 1 through 9 lineup, but there's really no weak point in the lineup.
Easy there.
Well, I'm not saying it's a 1 through 9 lineup.
We'll
but I'm
see.
just saying there's been, at least in this stretch, there have been no automatic out spots.
According to you, they're going to bunt 9 straight times against
They should
Mitchell
bunt
Parker.
9 straight times. That's what Nate Eaton should do. First batter of the game.
Speaking of Roman Anthony, I agree. If you're going to power rank the most impactful things, Roman Anthony's at the top of the list. He's reached base 5 times in Friday's series opener. And also, Anthony is hitting .385 with 5 runs scored in the last 6 games. He'd been hitting just .128 over his first 16 games. So we mentioned this. We're talking about Baseball's and Boring Show, Gordo, about comparing him to James Wood. James Wood, very similar start through his first 80 plate appearances. Not to say that he's going to be this version of James Wood a year from now, but it's not out of the realm of possibility, I guess.
No, and when you watch the at-bats, I mean, he puts together a professional at-bat, puts the bat on the ball, hits for power. Like, this is he has all the making.
We asked you the question in the Baseball's and Boring Show. You love this question.
I hate this
3 years from now, who do you want? Who's going to be better?
How? It's a mean question. You're asking me.
Why do you say it's mean?
Because you're asking me to compare Roman Anthony, who I think is going to be so good, with a guy who is 22 years old with a 950 OPS.
Right, but this is what James Wood was a year ago.
I know, but yeah, so he has a year on Roman. It's like
all right, it's a mean question.
It's a mean question.
Okay, well,
I'll take the bird in the hand. Is that the right expression for that?
I don't know. It's an expression.
It is an expression.
I don't know if it's the right one. In 15
expressions are a lost art.
It is a lost art. In 15 minutes, Will Fleming sits down with us, Cora. That's brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales event. Always a good conversation. Coming up next, we're going to go live to Nationals Park, one of the most innocuous parks in the entire National League, with the highest press box in all of baseball, with Will Fleming or Cooper Boardman. Cooper Boardman is our guy. Cooper Boardman, I'm going to be sitting down with Cooper Boardman. I'm Rob Bradford. This is a pregame show. This is a Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss this conversation with myself and Cooper Boardman coming up next.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm Rob Bradford. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Well, we're going to live to the booth in National Park. It's going to be awesome because Cooper Boardman's always awesome. Coop, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, Bradfo? Happy
Oh, my
Saturday.
goodness. You are going to pay the price right now. I am going to pepper you with questions because I heard your Cora interview was very hard-hitting but very short. So,
Sure.
Give me a little behind the scenes when you sit down, because you're a great interview. You're one of the best interviewers I've ever seen. When you sit down with manager Alex Cora, can you get the vibe of what his vibe was today, the day after 4th of July?
No doubt. I think his vibe was, well, I know his vibe was awesome. And why wouldn't it be after they did what they did yesterday? You come out, you put up, 16 hits, 11 runs, vibes are good. Everyone's smiling today, and you and I know that's important for this team right now as you try to carry this through these next 3 series. And I think too, like, the families are here. That's fun. They had a big fireworks display obviously here in DC last night. The Red Sox had a whole team event on a rooftop, and this is as fun of a day, I think, as I have at least been a part of in the Red Sox dugout with the manager.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're saying the vibes are higher than ever that you've experienced?
100%.
Wow.
And you know I'm all about vibes, Bradfo.
Wow. I mean, they can get back to 500 today. And, the fact is that they do feel good about actually scoring runs. Because, Coop, a week ago, we were talking about this. A week ago, we were saying on Saturday, how are they ever going to score a run? And then they go and score a bunch of runs, but how are they ever going to score runs? And I think that, and I'm going to ask you the same thing I just asked Gordo. If you had to power rank the reasons why they're actually able to score runs, rank that for me.
Well, I think probably, let's see, number 1 and 1A would be Roman Anthony and Jarren Duran to me. Like, Jarren's got hits in 10 out of 11, and he's not doing like the overwhelming high average thing that he was last year, but he is getting on base now. And you and I both know this, and anybody who's watched the Red Sox knows when Jarren's on base, the team's different. The offense is different. It's more fun. It's more dynamic. So I think that, and then I think the at-bats that Roman has had, this is turned from like, a very nice 5, 6, 7 pitch at-bat where you strike out to actually getting results. So to me, we could talk about all the other parts of it, and they're playing the platoons well, and Toro started to hit over the last 7 days again after there were 3 weeks where he didn't. Rafael has been wonderful over the last month, but to me, it's those couple of guys, and those guys have to be good every single day if this team wants to do what it wants to do between now and the deadline.
Well, okay, I'm going to ask you what Gordo also classified as a mean question, because I do agree with you that Roman Anthony, I think for me, is at the top of the list. You're absolutely right. There is a different feeling when he gets up than compared to a week or so, 2 weeks, certainly 2 weeks ago, and that this is the guy that they want him to be, the number 2 or number 3 hitter, middle of the order guy, the guy that you want up at the most important time. He is emerging into that guy. But the mean question is based on the other guy on the other side, James Wood, because there is a comparable thing with these two. Both second-round picks. Last year, James Wood gets called up on July 1st. His first 80 games, he relatively has the same numbers as Roman Anthony did through his first, 80 plate appearances, through his first 80 plate appearances. The mean question is, 3 years from now, who are we saying is a better player, Roman Anthony or James Wood?
Oh, that is a mean question.
It is a mean question. I'm sorry.
That is a mean question.
Sorry to be mean.
I think I have to answer James Wood in this exact instant only because he's actually done it, right? But,
I think that's fair.
And like that's not a shot at Roman. Like, also James is a year older than he is, so like, if we're sitting here on July 5th, 2026, I think I got.
That's why I said 3 years. Though I was getting him some leeway to begin.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is. The way that Wood has, we've seen the power, obviously, but the way that he runs the bases, he's got 12 bags this year. He's put an okay defensive outfield, too. So, to me, like, he has already kind of grown in the areas where Roman is going to grow. So I would take Wood right now, but I don't know. I'm not exactly saying goodbye to Roman here.
No, but I think that, we talk about contract extensions and future stars of the game. People don't understand that James Wood, and he didn't really show it yesterday, but James Wood is a player that you're going to want to buy a ticket for. I mean, when he announced the home run derby, he was going to be part of the home run derby, I'm like, yes, that is a huge, huge plus for the great game of baseball.
No question. And I think, it's what's tough is like he's here, right? And like this team just doesn't have a whole lot going on outside of the guys that they got back from the Soto trade. So here's the thing though. I think the general public might not appreciate him. This is like the Jose Ramirez thing. Like at this point, people appreciate Jose Ramirez. We don't have to call him underrated anymore, at least to me. But Wood is in that category of probably a little bit underrated, but I do think that people who know baseball know that this guy's sick. And, he's a top 10, 15 player in the game right now.
Oh, there's no question. And then also that leads you to anytime you have a player like this, much like Roman Anthony, you have a contract extension talk. Roman said, yeah, they talked to me in spring training. Yeah, they talked to me when I was in the minors, but they have not talked to me since I've been up. James Wood is a guy, if he's a Boris guy, and if you're Mike Rizzo, the GM for the Nationals, to me, Coop, like, you go above and beyond. Whatever you think he's worth, you go the next level because he's that good and that important.
Yeah, 100%. He's under contract for what year is it? 20. So
listen. I mean, that's what we're talking about. This is the Jackson Chourio thing.
These are the guys that you want here forever. But I don't know. He's not taking a discount, right? No. I mean, there's no shot, and nor should he. I mean, his value's never been higher. I don't think it's going anywhere. But you're right. What they have to do, they have 3 guys that need to be on this team for the rest of their careers, and be interesting to see if Washington actually pays them.
Yeah, it's another thing because everyone's like, well, are they going to get in the Soto sweepstakes? And obviously they didn't. We're going to have to find out. Lastly, Coop, you are not that anybody in the world cares about this, but doing a game at that park, broadcasting a game is would you say the most challenging place that you've ever had to do a game?
I feel like I'm in an NFL stadium right now. We are not in Polar Park anymore. That was my experience when I walked up here. But this is unbelievable. This is 9 stories. I said yesterday, if I dropped a penny out of the booth, it would be illegal. Like you could kill someone, 100%. But it's pretty darn cool. And you know what? It was really cool to be here yesterday. The whole city was lit on up. I mean, we were, out and about enjoying the Washington, D.C. sights and sounds postgame. This is, despite how high we are, you're not hearing one negative word out of me, Brad.
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not. It's the reality of that park. Every park has its intricacies, and that's one of them. Who did you watch the fireworks with?
I got my girlfriend's in town, so we did that. Couple of friends, and that was Will Fleming promised me that it was going to be the greatest fireworks display in the history of fireworks displays, and I'll tell you what, it really was. It really was.
Have you ever seen a drone show?
Yeah, I'm a little out on that. I'm
really?
Old school. Yeah, that just does not move the needle for me. Like it does. Fireworks are way better than drones.
No.
Oh my!
My son asked me this question, Coop. Said, what has been the evolution of fireworks in my lifetime? And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think there has been a big evolution in fireworks.
I was actually having this conversation last night because, they're trying to do hearts, right? Or like actual shapes. And they can't make shapes. Like you get a heart and it's all like fudged up, or it's like half a heart, or it's, I don't know. It was supposed to be a star, and instead it ends up as like a rhombus. I mean, you're right. Like fireworks have not even remotely, when I was a child, when I was 5 years old, that's what it looked like. And you're right, in 2025, it's the same thing. So I agree with that. But again, they're still fireworks. It's like, it's totally fine.
But that also leads me to why drones shows are good, because you can make shapes.
God, no, it's like artificial and wrong and bad. I can't even hear that. It's horrible.
Oh my goodness. All right, last thing, Coop. All right, when you leave Washington after doing these excellent broadcasts, what are we going to be talking? What are we going to be talking about? Because we have the Bueller start today. We have, you're trying to hang in there till Bregman gets back, which is big news, right? I mean, you have Yoshida coming back in the next homestand, correct? Is that right?
Yes. Not 100% confirmed, but hopefully. Yes,
okay,
yes.
But we think Bregman's coming back. You're almost there. What are we talking about when the Red Sox hit the back at Fenway?
Bravo. Here we go.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be talking about, hey, Walker Bueller figured it out. I really do. It's 3:26 on July 5th, and we could talk tomorrow, and you could be like, boy, were you wrong? But I really do think that. Giolito is the latest example, right, of what they've figured out with guys.
The skeletons,
right, and they're doing similar processes with Bueller. It's not perfect, doesn't happen overnight. It was the right direction last time out. It wasn't nearly good enough, but it kind of feels like a do or die day today for him. That might be a little over dramatic, but it feels that way, and I think he's going to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, both pitchers horrific in the first inning. So dig in.
Good.
We're going to see. We're going to find out early on. Hey, Coop, I'm glad that you're on the call. I'm glad you're doing such a good job. I'm glad that you're having such a good time. And soak it all in from 9 stories up. So keep up the good work.
And I'm glad that I got to be here with you.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, my friend. All right, the great Cooper Boardman.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we are going to go back to Nationals Park, where the aforementioned Cooper Boardman sat down with the aforementioned Alex Cora, and that's presented by your New England Ford dealers. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Rob Bradford. Dig in. The Alex Cora interview coming up.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Lowe's knows July 4th savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
There are parts. And then there are B-Pro Auto Parts. Parts built for every vehicle. Parts built to fit and function. Parts that are refining how we drive and redefining the category. Because every vehicle is a sum of its parts. So do yourself a favor and put B-Pro Auto Parts on the vehicles you service. Parts now, parts into the future. Welcome to the new aftermarket.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm Rob Bradford. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Well, before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. And Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales event. Well, we promised him. Here you go. Cooper Boardman with Alex Cora.
With the manager, Alex Cora, Cooper Boardman here with you. And Alex, we were just laughing a little bit about you got these young kids who walked out early in the morning yesterday and put up what they did. How much fun was it to sit here and watch that?
We talk about it before the game. We're in a part of the schedule that, if we take care of business, we're going to be in a great position going into Thursday against Tampa. It started yesterday. That was a well-played game. We pitched well. We played good defense. offensively, the line was moving, and it was a good day for us.
There's so many guys to kind of walk through, and I want to start with Trevor. We talked to him after, and honestly, like, he had a smile on his face for 4 whole minutes while we were talking to him. What has it been like to watch him look like the Trevor Story that we know Trevor Story can be?
Yeah, I mean, very happy for him. We've been through a lot the last few years with him. We had suffer, and now we're enjoying the patience, right? And there's a guy that the work he puts in the offseason is second to none. He's very detail-oriented, very specific, and now you see the results, right? And for him to go through the second month of the season was horrible, and he knows it. And now the last month he's been outstanding, just very consistent, not taking anything for granted. The defense has been amazing, the base running has been great, and offensively he's hitting the ball hard. You know, one of the things that I noticed, you know, like it seems like he split the plate in half. You know, whatever he throw outside is for the pitcher, the rest is mine, and he's doing some damage.
It's really interesting watching your lineup. Lou made this comment a couple of weeks ago. There's no necessarily like obvious top of the lineup, but there's no obvious bottom of the lineup. But it feels kind of continuous in that way. Does it feel that way to you as you look at your 9 every day?
Yeah, it feels that way right now, and it's gonna feel better in less than 20 days. Let's put it that way. I think. You know, we went through a stretch in the West Coast, and I know everybody talks about the trade, but I think it was more about who we facing, where we were playing, too. Those 2 ballparks are not conducive to offense, you know, Seattle and San Fran. We ran into Kikuchi in Anaheim and Anderson. They've been really good, and then we faced Barrio, Bassett at Fenway, you know. It's good pitching. They have good stuff here. The weather was great yesterday. I think for us, we've been able to slow it down. I think, you know, you have Roman, he takes his walks. Obviously, Trevor, he's swinging the bat well. When he's swinging the bat well, we are really good offensively, right? But the rest are doing their job. You know, you see Toro, the at-bats, and, you know, Carlos, although he's not getting hits, he's putting good at-bats. And Marcelo did a good job yesterday. So we just got to continue to talk to them, slow things down for everybody. And if we do that, we're going to be in good shape.
And you're getting production from the bottom of the lineup. I was thinking about the 21 team as I was on the way over today. And obviously you're the big dudes up top, but an underrated part of that team, 6, 7, 8, and 9, all hit all year long. And then obviously in the playoff run, not that this team is anything other than its own team, but do you think that you could have that kind of production from this lineup, 6, 7, 8, 9, over the course of months here?
Yeah, I mean, Sedan is in a much better place than the last year and a half. Hitting the ball hard, not chasing too many pitches. You know, we have a good, a talented offensive team. We do, and sometimes we get caught up on 10 days, you know, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, we're not great. I get caught up in that too, you know, but I think as a team, they're doing an amazing job staying in the moment and executing the game plan. Like I said, we're going to get healthier, you know, and it's 2 really good hitters, you know, Masa and Alex. And the lineup is going to be longer. Decisions are going to be tougher as far as, like, who's going to play. But as a unit, you know, 13 guys, we're going to be really, really good.
All good problems with Alex Cora today on the pregame show. Walker Buehler once again. We keep having kind of the same conversation every time, but as you sit here and you think about Walker Buehler today against the Nationals, what comes to mind for you?
I think strike throwing is the most important thing. Obviously, they're very talented, especially in the top of the lineup, but you saw what happened yesterday with Gio. You know, he strike 1, and then after that, he went to work, and we expect the same thing with him tonight.
Alex, thanks. Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff from Cooper Boardman and Alex Cora once again. And just a reminder also, you can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Well, mentioned Roman Anthony, and we had talked about Roman. Well, Roman's hitting .385, 10 for 26 with 5 runs scored in his last 6 games. That's obviously a huge turnaround from hitting 128, 6 for 47 in his first 16 games. He's been a big difference maker. And because of that, we want to just revisit a conversation I had with him for the 2-Minute Grill the other day. So here's Roman Anthony. So the obvious question is, what is the thing or things that, like, sort of maybe has not caught you off guard, but like, oh, I thought I was prepared.
I wasn't prepared for how good the food was. and how nice the travel is. Like, you know, you hear about it and you're like, oh, okay, well, I hear about it when I'm in the minor leagues riding 15-hour bus rides and stopping at gas stations, and then you actually get here and you're like, oh, wow, they weren't kidding.
You get on the plane, right? And they're like, here's your fried clams, clam chowder, and shrimp cocktail. And by the way, and now here's the menu for the dinner that you're going to have after you eat that.
It's like, here's your starter that is like a 5-course meal. And then you get, you know, the steak menu with different cuts of steak, and you're just like, wow, I'm pretty,
in a nice seat.
I don't even really know what to order. There's like too many options. Something I'm still adjusting to is finally being here and you know, walking to get a coffee and
you don't have to pay for anything. Just cut out and say it.
Yeah,
when you go across the street to Loco, you don't have to pay for anything.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, I mean,
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And then you know, just that's another thing you kind of adjust to is just going to grab a coffee in the morning and forgetting that, you know, people are still gonna want to interact with you outside of the stadium, and for me, like, I'm just a normal like kid, I feel like, who's you know, when I go home to South Florida, I'm just doing my own thing. I can go anywhere, and nobody really.
I talked to you before about this contract extension.
Yeah.
What's your? You said that you hadn't got anywhere with it. Has anything changed?
No. I mean, since I've been here, it's been strictly baseball, and I think, you know, both sides have handled that well in terms of just letting me go and play, and you know, you got enough things to do here and worry about here when you're here playing. So, no, there hasn't even been a single peep about it since I've been here, and
no minors.
Nothing
substantial.
No, nothing substantial that was anything that, you know, we could work out. So for me, it was just the same goal. Like, even in the minor leagues, I was trying to get to the big leagues. I was trying to do my thing in the big leagues, and now that I'm here, it's the same thing. It's just, you know, focusing on being here and help the team win, and if that's a conversation to be had down the road, or maybe when the season ends, or whenever they think it's right, then, you know, I'm sure they'll bring it up, and if not, you know, we'll just continue to play.
All right, lesson there. No more gas station beef jerky for Roman Anthony. Congratulations. He is becoming a major leaguer, becoming a very good major leaguer, as we had talked about with his stats and his presence, all of that. Well, this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. We have one more segment to go, heading all the way up to first pitch. We're going to have lineups, we're going to have scoreboard, we're going to have it all, lock of the day, all of it coming up next.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Hey, not to be dramatic, but you should smell this. It smells so good.
Whoa, that's quite the reaction to mixing and matching Gain scents. Let's hear another from Ashley, who mixed Gain products and went...
I'm so excited.
Yes, you are. What about you, Isaiah?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and Emily summed it up like so.
It is just chef's kiss.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
July 4th member-only doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Right now, rewards members save $50 on a select Charbroil 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, save over $500 on a Whirlpool top-load laundry pair, now $886. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, these July 4th doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/7 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Rob Bradford. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow's time for the Subaru of New England scoreboard update. Is going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. A few games going on right now. Tampa Bay, a game that the Red Sox are keeping an eye on. The Rays are leading the Twins 4-1 in the fifth inning. You have the Cardinals over the Cubs. In the fourth inning, you have the Angels and the red hot Blue Jays. They're tied at 1-1 in the top of the third. Games coming up, obviously, the Red Sox in Washington, Cincinnati at Philadelphia. Subway Series, Yankees and Mets. You have the Brewers in Miami, Kansas City and Arizona, Baltimore, Atlanta, Detroit, and Cleveland. Houston, the Dodgers. How about that game last night? Houston taking the Dodgers to the woodshed. White Sox in Colorado, Texas and San Diego, and the Rafael Devers-led San Francisco Giants against the Athletics, and finally Pittsburgh against Seattle. Well, today is a day where we are going to have the starting lineups, but we also are going to have the lock of the day. And the lock of the day is brought to you by Interlock Roofing. Never re-roof again, NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. And my lock of the day is someone we've been talking a lot about, and that is Roman Anthony. I am going to say, yes, let it be said, let it be done, that Roman Anthony is going to hit a home run. Yes, he's going to hit a home run today. Okay, I mean, I want this played if he does hit a home run. I want to be proven right. But he's been red hot. I mean, maybe I'm not going on too much of a ledge, but you know what? So what? Who cares? All right, also, time for today's starting lineups, and that's brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't just sell cars. We help people buy them. Again, the Red Sox starting lineup, a little bit out of the ordinary in the sense that Nate Eaton's playing third base and leading off. You have Romy Gonzalez. He's at second base. He's hitting second. The aforementioned Roman Anthony, he's in the right field hitting third. Rob Refsnyder is at DH. Carlos Narvaez is catching. Red hot Trevor Story at shortstop. Jaron Duran hitting seventh today. He's in left field. Abraham Toro, first base. Adon Rafaela is your center fielder with, of course, Walker Buehler on the mound. For the Nationals, C.J. Abrams at shortstop. James Wood, we talked a lot about him. He's sitting second, playing left field. Garcia's at second base. Nate Lowe, he's at first base. Josh Bell, he's DH. Brady House, he's your third baseman. Lyle's your right fielder. Ruiz is catching, and Young's in center field. With Mitchell Parker, a guy who is having a hard time getting out in the first inning. He's on the mound, and also, as we noted, not a good fielder. But I don't know if that's going to come into play or not. Well, every game we have the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today. And I got the question of the day right here. You can go check it out at Sox Booth on X right now, X Sox Booth. All right, the question is, which of these surging players will have the best second half of the season? Which of these surging players will have the best second half of the season? This is a good question. Excellent job. Lucas Giolito, Trevor Story, Ceddanne Rafaela, or Jarren Duran? Again, Lucas Giolito, Trevor Story, Ceddanne Rafaela, or Jarren Duran. Best second half of the season. Woo! You know what? I'm going to go with Jarren Duran. I'll go with Jarren Duran. How about that? By the way, we had talked about the importance of this game. The importance of this game is real obviously for the Red Sox. It's not only because of the spot in the standings, you're 2 games in back in the wild card, but also because you have Walker Buehler on the mound. You have to get Walker Buehler going. There's no question about this. Walker Buehler is going to be a key. We have some news in terms of Tanner Houck. In case you did miss that, Tanner Houck is going to make another rehab outing as well. Masa Yoshida, it looks like he's going to be coming back here in the next homestand. So that's good news for the Red Sox. And Alex Bregman, there is a chance he comes back before the All-Star break as well. It's going to be an interesting one. A win today would put the Red Sox at 500 for the first time, get this, since June 23rd. The Red Sox have won 4 of the last 6 games. That's after obviously losing 6 games in a row. During this stretch, the team that we didn't know how they were going to score a run, well, they have scored 51 runs on 75 hits with a 341 batting average over these 6 games. They have plated 10 or more runs in 3 of its last 6 games. Overall, the Red Sox have scored 10 or more runs in 13 of their games this season. The second most of any teams, Cubs number 1. Red Sox continue also to thrive, not playing in tight games. They are just 9-19 in 1-run games. You may know this, compared to 11 games over 500. That's 35-26 in games decided by 2 or more runs. As we said, Trevor Story is red hot. The number blows me away. 542 during a 6-game hitting streak for Trevor Story. Well, as we said, this is a huge game. And tomorrow, because you not only have this game, but if you are able to take this game, then you have Garrett Crochet on the mound tomorrow. And I know he's coming off a not so great outing, but it is a key game. If you are able to score runs against the aforementioned Mitchell Parker, against the aforementioned Washington Nationals, you are able to score runs. You get a good outing from Walker Buehler. You win the game, and then you have a chance for a sweep with Garrett Crochet on the mound, and then you go into Colorado, and then, as Alex Cora said with Cooper Boardman, you're able to go into what's going to be shaping up as a really big series against a team that's right in front of you in the wild card standings and also the divisional standings, Tampa Bay. All right, just want to thank everybody for joining this pregame show. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Cooper Boardman, Will Fleming with the call coming up. This has been Rob Bradford. Hang tight. The Red Sox are in action next on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. Enjoy what promises to be an awesome game. Red Sox and Nationals.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
July 4th member-only doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Right now, rewards members save $50 on a select Charbroil 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, save over $500 on a Whirlpool top-load laundry pair, now $886. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, these July 4th doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/7 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Crashes can happen to even the safest of drivers. Sometimes this is because of situations out of the driver's control. That's where driver assistance technologies can help reduce the human factors involved in crashes. Features like blind spot intervention, lane keeping assistance, rear automatic braking, and automatic high beams all have the potential to save lives. And one of those lives could be yours. Learn more about driver assistance technologies at nhtsa.gov/driver tech. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation's National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The 2025 Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, it's over. And the Red Sox win. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Nomo's pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella, here for good.
Fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, it's over.
Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike 3, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back! Grand Slam!
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone! Into the bullpen!
Brought to you by findmassmoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners, Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., Nats Park, where today the Red Sox will play Game 2 of a 3-game series against the Washington Nationals. Walker Buehler is on the mound against the left-hander Mitchell Parker. The Red Sox come in 1 game below 500. They've won 4 of their last 5. The Red Sox swinging the bats very well and hoping for a good start here this afternoon from Buehler. A roaring offensive performance, 11 runs up for the Sox yesterday, looking to keep it going here this afternoon. Along with Cooper Boardman, I'm Will Fleming. And Coop, this Red Sox team, it's hard to put one foot in front of the other without worrying about one step back, but this team does feel like it is finally finding its identity, led by, in a lot of ways, Trevor Story before Alex Bregman rejoins this team. It is on Buehler today after Giolito was excellent here yesterday morning on the 4th of July, but this team does feel like it's finally finding itself on the 5th of July.
Well, and you and I can talk about feel and vibes and all of these things, and it's great, but the reality is they've gotten results over these last 4 games. You take 2 out of 3 against Cincinnati at home, you show up yesterday, you crush them. That's all that matters, and that is the context for what we're about to see with Walker Buehler, which is they believe he's moving in the right direction. It has not been close to good enough for a long while now. They think today can be the day as they continue to kind of tweak his arsenal and really limit the number of types of pitches that he's throwing. But as you and I both know, the only thing that actually matters is the next hour or 2 for that man out there.
It's a really important start for him. I think in some ways his spot in the rotation is very much up for grabs with a lot of guys coming back into the fold for the Red Sox. The national anthem today brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. You'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers, helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The national anthem in the nation's capital today, brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com, where you'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers, helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one. Red Sox starting lineup today as we get set for Game 2 of 3 against the Washington Nationals. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the Red Sox, Nate Eaton leads off. First time in his Red Sox career. He's in the 1 spot today. One of 6 true right-hand hitters in Alex Cora's kind of weird-looking lineup today against the left-handed starter, Mitchell Parker. Eaton batting first, playing third. Romy bats second, plays second. Roman Anthony bats third and plays right. Batting cleanup, the DH, Rob Refsnyder. Batting fifth, the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. Trevor Story, 4 hits, 4 RBIs yesterday. He's back in there in the 6th hole and plays short. Jaron Duran down in the 7th spot. Lowest he's batted in the order in the calendar year. He bats 7th and plays left field. Abraham Toro in the 8th hole. Switch hitter, the only in the lineup, bats in that 8th spot and plays first. And Cedon Rafaela back in that old 9 spot. Been a little while since we've seen him there. The center fielder with Walker Buehler on the mound against Mitchell Parker. Today's Speed Report brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. Trevor Story stole his 14th of the year yesterday. He is 14 for 14. Parker on the mound, the left-hander. Again, will face Eaton, Romy, and then Roman. Blue sky and clouds overhead. And for the play-by-play, it is the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Great to be with you once again, Coop, as Nate Eaton into the right-handed batter's box against the southpaw Mitchell Parker. His first pitch to Eaton misses down and in, and we're underway. 4:05 right on time. It is hot and it is humid. 89 beautiful degrees in the nation's capital. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield. Better care, better pork. Nate Eaton waits as the leadoff man. The Nats in the Blue City Connect unis. Here's a high fly down the right field line, foul and out of play. And it's 1-1 to Nate Eaton. 11 at-bats for Nate. Couple hits and a run batted in. He is a super athletic player, and this is his neck of the woods. He's surrounded by family and friends. Grew up in Chester, Virginia, down in the Tidewater. He's got so many friends and family here today. The 1-1 is fouled off on the first base side and out of play. And it's 1-2. Different looking lineup for the Red Sox today, with Eaton leading it off, and then Gonzalez, Anthony, Refsnyder, and Narvaez against the lefty Parker. This Red Sox offense really firing on all cylinders. 1-2 from Parker to Eaton. Into the wind he goes, and the pitch to Nate is called a ball. The home plate umpire today is Chad Fairchild. Ben May at first, Roberto Ortiz at second, and the crew chief, Bill Miller, in the rocking chair at third. 2-2 just underway in D.C. Parker with a red glove winds, he throws, and Eaton takes a ball. Fastball that missed low, and it's 3-2 from this 5th-round pick in 2020. He's pitched really well of late for these Nationals. Wearing number 70 on the back of his baby blue uni. Holds his hands high into the wind, and the 3-2 to Eaton is a ground ball to third. And it is not played at all by the Nats' third baseman. Brady House makes an error, and Nate Eaton is aboard with a leadoff error.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Brady House. 97 off the bat. Of course, it's an error because that's a play that has to be made. But it's a hard hit ball, and that's what right-hand hitters have done to Mitchell Parker all year long. Sox with 6 true righties, a switch hitter who will bat from the right. And this guy has really no pitches to get right-handed hitters out this year.
So here now, Romy Gonzalez, who has owned lefties this season, comes in. Does Romy 3-0-4 as he swings and fouls a fastball back to the screen, and it's 0-1.
And it's a four-seam fastball 55% of the time from Mitchell Parker. Curveball getting annihilated by right-handers, slugging-wise. Splitter getting annihilated by right-hand hitters. This is the kind of day you can have, a day like yesterday off this guy.
And they've stacked the lineup with guys who do own lefties. The pitch to Romy is a ball. He tried the curveball and missed with it down and in, and it's 1-1. For the Nationals, House at third, the shortstop C.J. Abrams, Luis Garcia Jr. at second base with Lowe at first, holding Nate Eaton's got a big lead there. The pitch to Romy is swung on and missed. That was a curveball, and it's 1-2. James Wood, the massive left fielder for these Nationals. Jacob Young in center, and Dalen Lyle is in right. Defensive alignment brought to you by the Baldwin Group. 1 and 2. Leadoff man aboard. The runner Eaton goes, and here's a line drive down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases, and that's going to give the Red Sox the lead. Eaton out of a cannon rounds third. He's into the plate. He scores. Romy, my homie, double in the first, and it's 1-0 Red Sox.
I like when we're 4 minutes of the broadcast and you get to say Romy, my homie. Got a curveball there. Again, this is a guy who's getting crushed by right-hand hitters. He really only has shown 2 pitches in his last few starts to the righties. Fastball and curveball. And you can sit there and wait for it. This is a pitch that's at his ankles, but he knows it's coming. And he takes it down the line, and it feels, we're talking about vibes. It feels good.
And now Roman Anthony left on left with Romy leading at second base. A run already in. The pitch to Roman is a strike, borderline pitch, but it goes the way of Parker, and it is 0-1. Man, is Anthony on the come. He was on base 5 times yesterday. Got his batting average up to .219 with a homer and 7 driven in. Parker throws, and a swing and a ground ball on the right side. Productive out. It is handled over there by Garcia. Throw to first. Very nicely done there by Anthony. Romy over to third with 1 down, and that will bring up Rob Refsnyder.
Exit velocities of those first 3 swings: 97 from Eaton, 103 from Romy, and 104 off the bat from Roman Anthony.
I'll tell you what, too, Cooper, there on the ball that Romy hit down the left field line, the speed of Eaton just jumped off the page. He was a bullet train around the bases. Here now, Refsnyder, one of the great hitters in all of baseball against lefties. He takes a fastball down and in for ball 1. So the Sox, an early, immediate lead here. Refsnyder. There's the shades and the traveling gray unis. Romy, big lead down the third baseline. Infield comes in for the Nats. 1-0. Pitch is driven high and deep into left center field. This thing is crushed. It's at the wall, and it's off the wall. That's extra bases for Refsnyder. The hit parade is underway in D.C. Romy scores, and it's 2-0 Red Sox.
These dudes just show up, look at your left-handed pitching, and then crush them every single time. It's a fastball. It's in the middle of the plate, and there are ballparks that would not have held that ball. It's amazing.
That was absolutely cranked to the right of the 377 marker, and now Trevor Story watches Carlos Narvaez dig in with Refsnyder at second base. 2-0 already. Only 1 out in the first inning. The pitch to Carlos is a strike curveball on the inside corner, and it is 0-1. Narvaez 9 for his last 25. Couple hits yesterday. Bright red batting gloves. Adjusts his helmet. Open stance in the right-handed box. 0-1. Pitch. Narvaez takes a ball. That was a curveball, a little bit low, and it's 1-1. It is not a big crowd here today. I mean, maybe about 60% full. Not quite gathering we had yesterday on the 4th of July. Almost all the fans are on the third base side in the shade here today. 1-1. Parker's ready. The pitch is a ball. Another slider that time, and it missed high, and it's 2-1. Carlos Narvaez, 278, 7 homers and 28 driven in. They play him really deep and a little bit on the pull side in the outfield. 2-1. The pitch is swung on and fouled back. That was a fastball at the top of the zone, and it's 2-2.
Boy, this is a pitcher that just doesn't look like he has a lot of answers right now. He's throwing fastballs for strikes. Everything else has gotten hammered. He's throwing, sliders, pitch that he doesn't really throw to right-hand hitters right now to just get in the zone.
Well, the first inning for Parker has been an absolute disaster. Here's the pitch to Narvaez. That's a ball. 2-2 slider that missed. In the first inning, this guy Mitchell Parker has an 8.47 ERA. Thereafter, it gets much better, but the Red Sox have pounced on him right out of the gates. 2-0 with Refsnyder at second, 3-2. Parker's ready. He throws. Carlos fouls it off on the third base side. Not a play.
You're sitting there, the way that Buehler has been, especially in first innings, and then the number you just gave, and you kind of had a feeling something like this was coming, on one side at least.
Red Sox just trying to pour it on here. Put the Nats away early. 2-0 the score, 3-2. Narvaez waits. Here's the pitch, and it is inside, ball 4. So the Red Sox have their 4th base runner in the top of the very first inning, and now the table is set for the red-hot Trevor Story.
I mean, they've hit balls at 97, 103, 104, and now 111. And now, after the Narvaez walk, this guy's thrown 21 pitches to get 1 out. It's hard to remember a better 4-batter stretch to open a game all season.
Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, is out to talk to Parker, and Cooper, the Red Sox have been pretty vocal about in the post-Devers era. They've sort of changed up their pregame routine. They've brought couches into the hitter's room. They have a totally different system now. It's more collaborative. It is really paying off, and Trevor Story's right at the epicenter of all of it.
Well, I loved what he said to us yesterday, and we were laughing about it. He just kept using that word familiar over and over again. And this is... he looks like the dog that the Red Sox signed. He looks like the guy in Colorado that was the most dynamic player on the field. And we're talking about 35 days of it right now.
He's 13 for his last 24, and for a month he's hitting .325. 2 on, 1 out, 2 runs already in. The pitch to Trevor is swung on a miss. That was a great curveball in the dirt, and it's 0-1.
And it's a swing over the top of a breaking ball, which is an issue he had earlier on in the year a lot. But it's a completely different swing. That's the swing to go put it over the left field wall, not the swing that he doesn't know it's coming.
He's so locked in right now. 2 on, 2 in, 1 out. 0-1 to Story. Parker throws. Trevor takes a ball. Another curveball. You're not kidding, Coop. He hangs on this thing. He leans on that curveball. Does the left-hander Parker, especially against these right-handed hitters.
He's again, to right-hand hitters, he's fastball and curveball, and that's it. And that's a really good place to be if you're the hitter.
13 homers, 51 driven in for Story. 51 RBIs. Here's a high drive into right field. This thing is carrying, but it will hang up in front of the warning track. It'll be handled out there, and Trevor, he has retired his ref. Snyder tags at second. He heads over to third just a little bit off the end of the bat for Trevor as Lyle made the play, and they're 2 down.
And it's even the outs are different now for him. That's not a rollover ground ball. That's 330 feet to right field on a hard hit swing from him. Everything about his demeanor is different just as you sit and watch him in person than it was, 40 days ago.
And here now, Jarren Duran, who was on base 3 times, drove in 3 runs yesterday. He bats with runners at the corners and 2 down. 2-0 Red Sox in the top of the first. Parker about to throw his 25th pitch as Jarren drives one foul. And out of play down the left field side for strike 1. Jarren starting to heat up a little bit. 255, 6 homers and 42 driven in. 6 for his last 20. Couple doubles, a triple, and a homer. And he is the engine that could and can for this Red Sox. He drives so much of what they do. 0-1 is a soft ground ball foul on the first base side. He's got the Air Jordan cleats on today, does Duran. He's in a 0-2 hole to Parker.
Those are the ones that got banned, right? I think it's the exact colorway of those. Very Jarren Duran.
Still alive. 0-2. Left on left, first and third. The Red Sox lead. The pitch is a little bit outside. That's a fastball, and it's 1-2. An onslaught already. They cashed in on the error at third. Couple runs across, looking for more right here. 1-2 to Duran. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No. Or maybe a foul ball. And just a little bit off the end of the bat. It stays 1-2. It is very difficult to see anything from this high. We have a better view of the fireworks last night than we would the ball game here today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ref Snyder at third. Narvaez at first. The pitch is way outside in the dirt. Sort of stopped there. in the dirt by the catcher Ruiz, and it's 2-2.
That is true. We should have stayed up here for the fireworks.
We would have to wait a little while.
Yeah. A couple of harpoons. Sit down, watch.
Did they live up to the hype?
They absolutely did. Yeah. They absolutely did. First DC fireworks experience.
So great you could be here for that. 2-2 to Duran. Pitch is high in the air into left center field. Way back at the warning track on the run is House. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. The Red Sox get a couple. They probably think that left a couple on the table as Jacob Young tracked that down. 2-0 after half an inning. Red Sox lead the Nats in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So, let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
2-0 Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Very important start for Walker Buehler. You'll see C.J. Abrams for the Nationals leading it off. Romy Gonzalez way in at third for this left-handed hitter, and a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Fastball 93 miles an hour. And it is 0-1. 5 consecutive starts for Buehler with 3 or more earned runs allowed. The 0-1 is a high drive into left center field. Coming on is Cedon gliding to make the play. And on 2 pitches, there's one away.
Well, we got all of our eyes on Walker Buehler and all of our eyes on the first inning. And you said it. He's given up 3+ in all these starts, and it feels like from the instant he's towed the rubber over these last few starts, he's just under the gun.
Here's James Wood, one of the great young players in the game. He takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. Cutter. And it's 0-1. Yes, it has spiraled for Walker pretty quickly in these starts. He's got the tight pants down to his shoe tops. 0-1, swing and a foul. Knuckle curveball, and it's 0-2. I think the Red Sox are trying to winnow down his number of pitches. He throws so many different offerings. I think the Red Sox see him more as a 2-seamer cutter guy than they do a 4-seam curveball slider man. The 0-2 to Wood, just in the dirt. Curveball, and it's 1-2. It's just all part of the process for this guy who, recorded the final out of the World Series a year ago, is trying to really rediscover himself. The 1-2 wind and pitch to Wood. He is up the middle, on the ground off the mound. Hamilton to his right, throws to first. Actually, Romy in time, and just like that, 2 away.
It's a good start. Fastball command. I think you're right. Generally speaking, I don't think he throws the sinker nearly enough. And I also think, kind of when you look at the success he's had, it's been like 3 pitches that have done it. Whatever it is on a given day, but it's been 2 or 3 pitches that dominate.
2 down. Here's Luis Garcia Jr. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Toro's at first. Romy at second. Story the shortstop with Eaton at third. Duran in left. Cedon in center with Roman Empire out in right. The 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss by Garcia. Badly fooled by curveball, and it's 0-2. With the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. How great it would be for his confidence to just breeze through this first inning. Quickly, the 0-2 is in the dirt. Another curveball. He's thrown a bunch of those early, and it's 1-2.
And remember, that start against Toronto, I think, is the absolute microcosm of his season, where he gives up 2 bombs at the beginning. He retires 10 in a row at one point, and then lost command late.
1-2 is down, and another curveball. The Red Sox are pretty adamant. They don't think he's that far off, which, watching these games, seems like a pretty far-fetched idea, but that is the razor's edge at this level. 2 down, 2-0 Red Sox. In the first, the 2-2 is swung on and chopped right in front of the plate. Narvaez comes out, bare hand, throws to first in time, and the inning is over. Beautifully done by Buehler. He pounds a bare fist into his black glove, and only 11 pitches needed to get 3 outs in the first. 2-zip Red Sox lead on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Lowe's knows July 4th savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
2-0 Red Sox as we go to the second inning. Abraham Toro batting from the right side against Parker. Takes a fastball that misses outside. 1-0. Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman. And the nation's capital, nearly 90 degrees, a hot and humid summer day. And the Red Sox right away are rolling. The 1-0 to Toro is a strike. That was a curveball at the bottom of the zone, and it is 1-1. What a gift that Abraham Toro has been. Really surprising boost that he's given this team since Tristan Casas went down with injury. 1-1. The pitch is fouled back. He took a mighty rip at that. Just back to the screen. It's 1-2.
To me, with Toro, what's been most impressive is not that he showed up here and tore the face off of opposing pitchers for a few weeks. It's that he had a period of struggle and now has found it again.
6 for his last 18. The 1-2 is swung on a miss. He rarely does that. He chased a high fastball way up and out of the zone. There's one away. That is Mitchell Parker's first strikeout.
I'm interested to watch Parker now, right? You gave the splits. First inning, he's been terrible. And then from pretty much that point on, he's been pretty darn good for them. ERA in the mid-4s is what it averages out to. But, what does this look like? Rafael is going to be the last guy to see him for the first time. And then you get second trip through. How does he attack the Red Sox?
Here's Cedon Rafaela. 1 down in the second. The pitch to him is swung on and missed. He has not done that much, Cedon. Swing at the first offering. That was a curveball. Way beneath the zone, and it's 0-1. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer. By supporting the Jimmy Fund, every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Cedon takes outside 1-1. Had a great chat with Craig Breslow before the game today, talking about all things surviving and surrounding this team. And Cedon was a big topic of conversation. 1-1. Pitch is a little bit high. I said, don't you think that his ceiling is higher than ever? And he said, no. We've always believed in the player to be sort of a superstar type. It's more like the other. The floor is higher now that he's more patient at the plate. 2-1, hitters count. The pitch is high in the air on the left side of the infield. The shortstop, Abrams, third baseman, House, come together, and it's House from third to make the play. And just like that, they're 2 away.
It is really interesting on the floor side of that. And it is true. It's like when you talk to all the people around him, they've always maintained that the floor and the ceiling are higher than maybe they were early in his career. But also, they looked at it as kind of the ultimate player development possibility within the organization.
Here now, Nate Eaton, the leadoff man. He swings and misses at a curveball, 0-1. I think that's right. I mean, people have seen the talent there for Cedon forever. He's still just in his third full year in the big leagues. 0-1 to Nate. There's a strike on the inside corner just like that, 0-2. And what a difference maker he can be for this franchise, Cedon. Eaton reached on the error in the first and scored. 2-0 in the second. 0-2. Pitch is a foul. He tried to stop his swing, could not. Right back to the screen. It stays 0-2. First strikeout of this game brought to you by Weichert Realtors. No balls, 2 strikes to Eaton. They play him ever so slightly to pull on the infield. The 0-2 is just high. Man, that was close. Fastball 93. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
I'm interested to watch Nate in the leadoff spot today, too, because he's not a huge walk guy. He gets on base because he hits his way on.
1-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Great curveball, and the inning is over. The Red Sox go down in order in the top of the second. 2-0. Buehler back to the mound after this on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Here at the Zebra, research shows the average person would rather endure a root canal than search for auto and home insurance.
Just try to relax.
Okay. Or be trapped in a car for 8 hours with toddlers on a sugar high. Or remove a nest of irate hornets. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving. I think I'll wait inside.
Unparalleled performance, innovative technology, premium aesthetics. TimberTech Decking at Riverhead Building Supply brings you all that and more. TimberTech endures year after year without fading, staining, or rotting. Learn more at rbscorp.com.
Lowe's knows July 4th savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances. And get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Hi, this is Walker Buehler. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Walker Buehler is back to the mound with a 2-run lead. Nathaniel Lowe takes a first pitch fastball that misses a little bit outside to begin the bottom of the second. Buehler very quickly throws, and Lowe takes a ball. I think he's working faster than ever, trying to get himself in a groove. Sets up on the first base side of the slab. And again, with some alacrity, the 2-0 pitch is fouled off on the third base side. It's 2-1.
Well, they think it's mechanical. They feel like they've actually pinpointed the problem, and it's arm slot, not dissimilar to Lucas Giolito. And they feel like when his arm angle is higher, better things happen.
2-0, 2-1, I should say. Line drive, 2-second pick there by Romy. I thought he grabbed it in the air. He threw to first anyway, but he caught it on the fly, and there's one away in this bottom of the second inning.
Walker said they found it, and then he took it into that Toronto series, and there were moments where he had the right arm angle and moments where he didn't. What he was saying was when pressure came to him, when the moment was a little bit bigger, he kind of got away from him. So, again, the question...
Here's Josh Bell, who takes a fastball high for ball one.
Is can he carry it over 5 consecutive innings?
I mean, he, like Giolito, has been around this game for so long that I think it is just a matter of time before he can recalibrate. The 1-0 is on the ground into right field. That's a base hit. Over to his right is Anthony to play it on 2 hops, and there is the Nationals' first knock. Comes off the bat of Josh Bell with 1 out in the second.
And now, first question of the day, right? It's the first time he's seen any adversity. He'd gone 4 up, 4 down, and done it in 15 pitches. It's been pretty easy. He's out of the stretch for the first time. Is he capable in a moment where for the first time there's pressure of continuing to stick to what he's done well?
There's Brady House, right-handed hitter. Fastball up and in to him for ball 1. House comes in. 215 has not hit a homer, driven in 7. Sox 1 unearned run in the first. They lead 2-0. Pitch misses, down and in. Cut fastball, and it's 2-0.
He's gone ball 1 on every hitter in the inning.
Trying to take a deep breath. He casts a shadow toward the first base bag. He's got the full goatee going, does Buehler. The 2-0. That's a strike on the outside corner. Borderline 2-seam fastball. Called a strike, and it's 2-1. He's like Crochet. He's like Chris Sale. He is a grizzled veteran who has the highest standards possible for himself. The 2-1 pitch is way outside. That was not close, and it's 3-1. He has said of his own starts, it's just been embarrassing. Not good enough. Trying to turn the page and ride the wave that Giolito set last afternoon. The 3-1 is a ground ball on the right side and into right field, a base hit. That was total bad luck for Buehler, inside out. That thing left the bat at 60 miles an hour, but the Nationals have 2 on with only 1 out in this second inning.
Yeah, it's a cutter, it's away. He just takes it that way. There was no chance for Romy to get there. He was towards second to cover the bag with the runner on first base. And again, Buehler has not been immune to bad luck in these starts too, but the margin shrinks when you don't throw strikes. Gotta throw strikes here against Lyle.
He's got to dig deep to this left-handed hitter, and he misses with another curveball. He's thrown a lot and not thrown it for strikes, and it's 1-0. Roman Anthony is way over toward the line, playing this left-handed hitter Lyle to pull. 236 with a homer for Lyle. 2 on, 1 out. 2-0 Red Sox in this second inning. Pitch, swing, and a foul on the first base side. A little hopper. Cut fastball, and it's 1-1. Buehler, no stranger to this ballpark all those years with the LA Dodgers, and in fact, he's pitched very well at Nats Park, which is basically a right middle of the pack ballpark. It plays fair for the hitters as the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed in the dirt. Narvaez smothers it, and it is 1-2. 336 down the left field line, 335 to right. 402 to sort of right center field. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Buehler's ready. He throws. And a swing and a foul just out of the mitt of Narvaez. Another curveball. He's really leaning on that pitch, and it stays 1-2.
And he's dialed some of the strike throwing back in. These last few pitches have been, just in terms of location, some of his best, and definitely his best of the second inning. But, again, one of the questions you continue to ask, can you put guys away here? 2 strikes.
Love to do it right here. 1-2. Here it is again, and it is driven high and deep into left field. Way back on it, Duran on the warning track. He reaches up and Duran makes the play. Spectacular grab by Duran. That took away extra bases and at least one run. Great defense, and they're 2 away.
Wow. Bueller margins, right? I mean, that ball's crushed. It's in left center. It's a fastball and a 2-strike count that Lyle puts an outstanding swing on. And Jaron had to be perfect. It had to be a perfect read. It had to be a perfect route. And he had to finish the job, and he did all of it. Walker Bueller gave him a nice little wave from the mound, and it was deserved.
You're right about needing to be the perfect jump there. It was. So 2 on, 2 out for Keibert Ruiz. Batting from the left side, way back on the dirt of the Red Sox as a pitch misses way outside, a curveball to this left-handed hitter, and it's 1-0. There was no room for hesitation there for Duran. Off the bat, that looked ticketed for a one-hopper off the wall that might have even tied the game. 1-0, the pitch. That's in there. Cut fastball. I think he's had a really good cutter here, Bueller. See if he can hang with it, and it's 1-1. Nods yes to Narvaez. Pitch. He is outside, another curveball that missed. And it's 2-1. Celebrate the 4th of July weekend by saving at Shaw's and Star Market. Value pack 80% lean fresh. Ground beef, $2.97 a pound. Limit 2, short on time. Free curbside pickup or delivery. Here's the 2-1. And it's high and foul down the left field line and out of play. Shaw's and Star Market is the official supermarket of the Red Sox radio network. Bueller trying to keep the Red Sox ahead here. They lead 2-0. 2 down, 2 on. Looks to second and throws. And a breaking ball in the dirt. Did that hit him? No. Just at the feet of the left-handed hitter Ruiz. And now the runners will be off with a 3-2 count.
I'm still on that Duran play. That's such an unbelievable play. And boy, we'll see what Bueller does here. He's got the 9-hitter up next in a 3-2 out count, but that's like it could be an outing saving catch.
3 balls, 2 strikes. That's up to Bueller right here. Here's the payoff pitch, and it is a pop up behind home plate and into the seats. And we'll do it again, 3-2. I mean, this is where StatCast and TrackMan, all the analytics we have are just so often wrong. They have that as an 80% catch probability. I'm sorry, that is not. That was a spectacular play by Duran. 3-2. Bueller throws, and a high drive in a deep left center field, but Duran has room. He's to his left, and in the end, a little bit off the end of the bat, Bueller does reward Duran for the great play, and we go to the 3rd inning with the Red Sox leading the Nets 2-0 in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
July 4th member-only doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Right now, rewards members save $50 on a select Charbroil 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, save over $500 on a Whirlpool top-load laundry pair, now $886. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, these July 4th doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/7 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the 3rd inning we go in the nation's capital. 2-0 Red Sox lead. And a man who finally appreciates the glory of the fireworks show on the National Mall on the 4th of July. Here for the play-by-play is Cooper Boardman.
And I'll be honest, I've seen a lot of fireworks, maybe every Friday night of my entire life, it feels like. And, I may be a little bit cynical about fireworks, and I walked in a little cynical last night, and I was completely wrong. So there's the magic of the moment delivered. All right, start the third inning. First pitch is inside for ball one. Right-hand hitting Romy Gonzalez with the Red Sox in the lead 2-0 against the Washington Nationals. Against this left-handed starter for Washington, Mitchell Parker. Parker has his toes pointed at the first base dugout out of the line, and the pitch is low and away. To Romy, whose RBI double in that first inning set the tone for the day so far. Walker Buehler's worked his way through 2 scoreless so far. Good step in the right direction. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is swung on and lined into left center field, sinking down. It's a hit. It splits the outfielders and bounces off the wall. Romy's around first. He is walking into second. 2 swings today, 2 doubles for Romy Gonzalez. He doubled on Wednesday. He starts today. He doubles in the first, and now he does it again here in the third. He got a 91-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle from a left-hander. You can't throw that to that guy in that moment. And the Sox have a man in scoring position for the second time in 3 innings against Mitchell Parker. Now it's Roman, left-hand hitter. And off second, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, right side, bouncing through. It's a hit into right field. They're waving Gonzalez. Lyle picks it up. He throws home. It is cut off, and Gonzalez scores. Quick strike again. Roman Anthony RBI single, and the Red Sox lead 3-0 in the third.
I just love the approach there from Roman. He did the same thing in the opening inning. He's just pulling the ball on the ground. He's thinking, at the very least, I'm going to get the runner over, but instead finds a hole and tacks on another run.
And for the second straight day, Let's Go Red Sox chants are dominating this building. Anthony on first. Nobody out, and the pitch to Rob Refsnyder's a called strike on the inside corner. So Romy now hitting 300 plus against left-handers on the year. Anthony, who hits another ball hard, this time on the ground. And now Refsnyder, who's doubled. He swings and pulls a ground ball left side into the hole. Glove by House to second. They just get Anthony, the lead runner. 5-4. Refsnyder safe at first on a fielder's choice, and finally the Red Sox have been retired for the first time in this top of the third inning. Third inning is brought to you by Citgo. Here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
Did you go clubbing last night after the fireworks?
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, we might have seen what the great city of Washington, D.C. has to offer. It was unbelievable walking around the city last night. Man on first as a right-hand hitting Carlos Narvaez digs in and swings and hits a fly ball way up there, right center field. Young chasing, center fielder is under it, and he makes the catch for the second out. You know, there was the main National Mall fireworks show that, enraptured the city for a moment. Yeah. But you couldn't walk 3 blocks without fireworks. It's unbelievable. For hours and hours and hours before and after the mall spectacle.
Well, they started around 4 o'clock, as they always do. And people are just so antsy to light them off.
Man on first, 2 down. Trevor Story takes a called strike 1. Yeah, they started at 4 o'clock, and I'll put it this way, when I fell asleep, they were still going on. Red Sox lead 3-0 in the third inning in Washington, D.C. Left-hander deals. Story ground ball up the middle. Hard hit and throw again. He's just doing it now. He's swinging like a boxer. Just punched a four-seamer right by Abrams at short. It's another hit, and the Sox have men on first and second with 2 down in the third inning, already leading 3-0. The exit velocities are obscene in this game. The Red Sox did not hit a ball softer than 96 off of Parker in the first inning when they scored 2 runs. Anthony went 95 plus. To be fair, he breathes and he goes 95 plus. And Story there. First pitch here is a strike on the outside corner to Jarren Duran. Story goes 107 up the middle off of Mitchell Parker.
I thought he was going to homer. I mean, really, when he goes to right field with authority like he did his first time, he is so locked in right now.
Ref Snyder leads off second. Story off of first. 2 outs. Pitch and Duran hits a line shot up the right center field gap. It is down. It's another hit. It hits the wall again. 1 home and 2. Duran around second. He gets to third with a 2-run triple. 5-0 Red Sox. It's all happening.
Well, they've just done over and over again in this series, cashing in 2-out rallies, and Story and Duran are just totally cashing it in for this offense. That ball was an absolute missile into the gap.
10th triple for Jarren Duran. Now it's Abraham Toro, and he takes low ball 1.
This guy who led the American League in doubles and triples last year. And, I think it's pretty crazy, Coop. Now very quietly, 10 triples before the All-Star break.
Ahead of Corbin Carroll's 9. They walked into the day tied for the Major League lead. 1-0, and Toro hits it off the end of the bat. Right back to the pitcher. It gets by Parker. Duran comes home, and he scores. Toro safe at first. Gifts everywhere you look. And for the second straight day, the Sox are all over the Nats. It's 6-0 in the third.
I think they should score that in error. Sometimes there's a little, grace given to pitchers, but that's a comebacker right back to the mound. And the left-hander could not make the play. It is an error and another unearned run.
Romy's double set the tone in the inning. Roman Anthony's RBI single gave them their 3rd run. After 2 outs, Trevor Story singled. Jarren Duran triples. Abraham Toro's batted ball that leads to an error. And that adds up to a 6-0 lead for the Red Sox here in this 3rd inning. Jim Hickey, the Nationals pitching coach, is out there to talk with Parker, and I'm not sure that he's got any answers to the test right now.
I think Cedon is going to try to hit one to the Washington Monument right here.
Yeah. Man on first. Rafaela in the box. Left-hander Parker sets. Rafaela swings, and he hits it high. Deep to left in the direction of the Monument. It threatens it. A 2-run shot. And the Red Sox lead 8-0 in the third. He did it, just for the record.
Well, he's just been in such a great groove. You could feel that Parker was a little bit on the ropes there. And again, it's controlled aggression, just like last night. 3-0, let him swing the bat. When he feels this way, cut him loose. That ball was launched. Fun to hit in D.C.
Last 2 days, it is now 19-2 on aggregate. Nobody on, 2 down, 3rd inning. Nate Eaton bats for a 3rd time. Yeah, he swings and fouls it off the catcher, Ruiz.
It's the old race to the bat rack, Coop. I mean, this is what it's been for 2 days. These Red Sox hitters are so dialed in. I'm serious, man. I cannot get over how good Rafaela is right now. That is a beautiful, picture-perfect right-handed swing.
He's homered 8 times in his last 34 games. Ooh. OPS above 900 in that span, and they're checking on Ruiz here. David Martinez out along with the training staff. The foul ball clipped Ruiz and took his mask off of his catcher's helmet. He's all right. But it's 7 hits in 3 innings. It's all parts of the lineup again. And we're talking about it with Alex Cora pregame about the 2021 team. As Eaton digs back in, 0-1 count. Pitch from Parker is grounded right side under the glove of the first baseman and down the right field line. Eaton wants 2. He digs for second. He is there. everything coming up, Red Sox. Eaton on second with 2 down in the third on a play that will probably be the second Washington error of the inning.
I would think so. And by the way, we're so used to Duran and Hamilton. This dude, Nate Eaton, has off-the-charts game-changing speed. He goes places on the bases you just don't see big league players go. That's a soft ground ball, and he's easily to second base.
He's an absolute freak. Weight room freak, speed freak.
Double. Wow.
They gave him a double. I mean, he'll take it. Swing and a miss on a first pitch to Romy.
And here we go again, Coop. I beg your pardon. This is one of those where now, for the next 7 innings, it is let's go. You just go eat. You know what I mean? There's no such thing now as a team at bat. Everybody can just go up there and take as big a hack as they want.
0-1. Romy hits a ground ball right side. It's through again. Nate Eaton's around third. He scores. They all score. It's 9-0 Red Sox in the third. Romy is 3 for 3. Double. RBI single. It's his second hit of the inning.
Well, this is where, when you come to the ballpark and you see this different lineup with Eaton and Romy and Refsnyder, the right-handers, this is what they're trying to do, maximize the roster, and it is working here this afternoon.
Nuts. Now it's Roman Anthony. He had an RBI single about 12 minutes ago in this inning.
Just keep it going. I mean, score 20 today. Why not?
They're up 20-2 in the last 2 days. Man on first and the pitch. Roman checks a swing and takes a called strike on a slider. Finally, and you know Dave Martinez had no interest in doing this, but finally his bullpen's up, and it has to be. 62 pitches for Parker. It's 9-0 Red Sox in D.C. The 0-1. Roman cuts and misses out in front of a curve. Double, single, out. Then the rest of the inning since then has gone single, triple, air, 2-run shot, double, single.
Well, the Nats are not exactly making it easy on themselves here this afternoon.
Romy leads off of first, 2 outs, and an 0-2 count pitch. Anthony takes outside. 9 runs on 9 hits on 5 extra base hits. And the Red Sox have only recorded 8 offensive outs. 1-2. Anthony swings and grounds it towards the second baseman. Garcia makes the play this time. 4-3. And ends another just heavenly inning. Sox score 7 on Parker, and they'll take a 9-0 lead into the bottom of the third inning. Right here on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Lowe's knows July 4th savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Hey, it's Walker Buehler from your Boston Red Sox. You are listening to WEEI, available anytime for free on the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
Walker's first pitch of the bottom of the third inning is a strike. Here's his second to the right-hand hitting Jacob Young. And it's cut on and missed. Very nice sweeper. Red Sox 9, Nationals nothing. In the bottom of the third inning, less than 24 hours after the Sox won 11-2 on this field right here. They just hung 7 on him in the top of this inning. 0-2. Swing at a nick back foul on a line to the right from Young. It's just unreal. They just did it again. I mean, it's the game that we watched yesterday where everybody is doing it. Buehler out of the line. Here's an 0-2. Pitch over the head of Young. On a fastball, and it's 1-2. Romy has 3 hits. Again, it's the third inning. We're talking to you at nearly 5 o'clock at a game that started at 4. Romy has 3 hits. Anthony has an RBI single. Rob Refsnyder's an RBI double. Narvaez has been on. Pitch is down and away. 2-2. Jarren Duran's 2-run triple really started the train moving, but the Red Sox scored 5 times with 2 outs in the third inning off of Parker. 2-2. Pitch is a fastball just outside. 3-2. The leadoff man for the Nationals in the bottom of the third inning, 9-hitter Jacob Young. And now you've got a mattress for Walker Buehler. 3-2. Swing and a high pop-up. It's on the infield. Narvaez is under it, and the catcher 5 steps in front of the home plate area makes the catch for the first out of the third inning, and Buehler has now gone 9 through the order, 1 full trip, and is not yet allowed a run. Jarren Duran delivered his now major league leading 10th triple in the top of this inning. That 2-run triple that really, again, just set the wheels in motion. First pitch here is inside to C.J. Abrams for ball 1. Our league leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. So Duran first in triples with 10. Pitch, swing and a line drive, right center field gap. It's a hit, and it bounces towards the right fielder, Anthony. He cuts it off and gets it in fast. Good strike of a throw on the bag at second. It is a 1-out single for C.J. Abrams. And there's a man on with a man down here in the third inning. Red Sox leading 9-0. So Duran has 10 triples. Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks has 9. He leads the National League. Duran broke a tie atop the Major League leaderboard as James Wood takes a bouncing ball in for ball 1. Carroll 2. Zach McKinstry is 8 out of the 3 spot for Detroit. There are a bevy of others with 7. Man on first, 1 out. Third inning, 9-0 Sox. Big left-hand hitting James Wood in the box. Pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Good four-seamer at 94. And it's 1-1. League leaders brought to you by Drains by James, Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning. Pitch is grounded right side, gets under Toro, rolls up the line. Second baseman over. Gonzalez tried a glove flip. He lost it, gets away, and that'll allow Abrams to go to third. Ugly all around. Toro couldn't keep it in front, just got either under his glove or just to the left of his body. He got a piece of it, but nothing more. That allowed Wood to get safe at first. Then Gonzalez tried to do too much, and as he attempted the glove flip, it went out of his glove, went through the first base coaching box, and that's when Abrams realized that he could take third. And I think there's a good chance that it's probably 2 errors on the play. See what they call it. For now, man on the corners, and a called strike 1 to Luis Garcia Jr. That's exactly what they do there. So E3 on the ball that Wood hit, and then E4 that allowed Abrams to get to third. And on first and third, 1 out pitch. Swing and a miss on a high heater against Garcia. And it's 0-2. Buehler's thrown 48 pitches over his first 2 1/3 innings. Right on left, the 0-2 is swung on and grounded foul again by Garcia. And you got the 9-run cushion, and you got nothing but padding behind you to go just throw strikes and get guys out. And for Walker, especially the way these last few starts have been, just go out there and pitch. Don't worry. Don't be so attached to the result. 0-2 is low on a knuckle curve, 1-2. It's also a really wonderful thing to watch him on a big league mound try to figure this out and know that not every pitch, at least right now with a 9-0 lead, is life or death for him. 1-2 from him. Pitch is grounded right side. Cora makes the play this time. Steps on the bag. Goes to second. They got Wood in a rundown as Abrams scores. Story tags out Wood. It's a double play to end the inning. Because of the tag, the run does score, but that's a perfectly fine trade. The Red Sox go to the 4th inning, leading 9-1 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Thumbtack presents Project Paralysis. I was cornered. Sweat gathered above my furrowed brow, and my mind was racing. I wondered who would be left standing when the droplets fell, me or the clogged sink. Drain cleaner and pipe snake clenched in my weary fist, I stepped toward the sink and then... Wait, why am I stressing? I have Thumbtack. I can easily search for a top-rated plumber, read reviews, and compare prices, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Fitzy and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The 4th inning in Washington is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. 4th inning, 9-1 Red Sox. Mitchell Parker delivers a called strike 1 to Rob Refsnyder. Sox scored 2 in the first, 7 in the third. They've hung 7 on a team in an inning for the 3rd time this week. And they lead by 8. Pitch is down and away. Good check swing held back by Refsnyder. Ref's RBI double in the first inning drove in the second of 2 runs. They led 2-0 after 1. Walker Buehler posted a scoreless first couple of innings as a 1-1. Is lined into left field. Should hang up for James Wood. And it does. He steps in and makes the catch on one long stride from the 6'7" left fielder. And there's one down here in the 4th inning. It's pause for station ID along the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Saturday afternoon, Nationals Park, Washington, D.C. Alongside Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman, Mitchell Parker. Washington starter throws in a bouncing fastball that I think got a piece of the catcher, Keibert Ruiz. He's taken a couple of balls off that mask. It is ball 1. Red Sox lead the Nationals 9-1. 7 runs in that 3rd inning. They brought 11 men to the plate. Romy Gonzalez had 2 hits in the inning, including an RBI single that capped off the final of the 7th. Pitch is swung on and popped up off the bat of Narvaez. High down the right side. First baseline. Catcher out, and Ruiz makes the catch. Backpedaling into fair territory about 30 feet up the first base line for the 2nd out of this 4th inning. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org. Also give you the question of the day in just a second. Nobody on, 2 down, top of the 4th inning, 9-1 Red Sox. And the right-hand hitting Trevor Story takes a called strike, curveball on the inner edge from Parker. The question is a good one, and today has maybe made the answer to this question even more difficult, which is which of these surging players is going to have the best second half of the year? As Trevor fouls it back and he's down 0-2. Lucas Giolito, Trevor Story, Ceddanne Rafaela, and Jarren Duran. All part of our New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive on @SoxBooth on Twitter. Rafaela staked his case, 2-run shot in that 7-run third. Duran with a 2-run triple in the same inning. And now Story batting here. 0-2 count, 2 down, pitch to him. And he takes another breaking ball low. Trev had 4 hits yesterday, 4 RBIs in that game. First of that sort since 2023 for him. And a 1-2 count pitch. Swinging a line drive into right center field. Long run over, and Lyle tracks it in. Diagonal cut towards the wall. And despite a ball that went off the bat at 105, Story is retired. Red Sox lead 9-1 as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
July 4th member-only doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Right now, rewards members save $50 on a select Charbroil 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, save over $500 on a Whirlpool top-load laundry pair, now $886. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, these July 4th doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/7 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Ball 1 low in the bottom of the 4th inning from Walker Buehler. Second pitch to Nathaniel Lowe is a strike. So 9-1 Red Sox as we welcome you back to Washington, D.C. Red Sox won 11-2 yesterday, and they've got an 8-run lead in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch is inside from Walker to Lowe. And the count is 2-1. 2 in the first, 7 in the third. Walker Buehler has danced his way through 3 innings of 1-run ball. 2-1. And a pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Good 93-mile-an-hour four-seamer. And it's 2-2 on the cleanup hitter for Washington, Nathaniel Lowe. Infield plays him to pull. Buehler winds and deals a 2-2. He is fouled back at a high heater. We're well past the 110 pitch mark. It was brought to you by 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. 110 Grill is proud to be an official partner of the WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Walker Buehler, who has not yet struck a man out. 2-2 is down and in on a knuckle curve. 3-2. Kind of came into the outing, honestly, a little nervous for Walker, the way these last few weeks have gone. 3-2. Pitch is grounded off of Buehler. Hits off to the left side. Third baseman in. Eaton gloves. Throws. Not in time. Wow. That was a play that never even should have been that close. And Eaton did a very nice job. His first two steps were to his left as he was positioned in the hole on the left side. He dashed in. He actually picked it up on a bare hand. Put a strike on the money to first. But even Lowe, who doesn't run that well, was able to beat it out. So that's an infield single, and the leadoff man is on for Washington here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Red Sox leading 9-1. Now it's Josh Bell, switch hitter batting left, and he takes a called strike on the outside corner. Outfield plays Bell pretty much straight up. Right fielder Roman Anthony's very deep, 335 down the right field line. And a pitch is another called strike. Knuckle curve at its 0-2. Late afternoon shadows in Washington, moving their way across the diamond. The left side of this stadium, where the majority of the fans are, is completely in shade. So is the foul territory on the third base line. As Buehler's 0-2 is low and in on a knuckle curve again. He's thrown that pitch a lot. Right side of the stadium in the sunshine on a day where it was 89 degrees on our 4:05 first pitch. Blue skies overhead. 1-2. Pitch is grounded right side, hard hit and through. Gonzalez couldn't get there. Anthony comes in, picks it up, and gets it in. It's an infield single for Lowe. It's a single to the outfield for Bell, and they're 2 on with nobody out again in this bottom of the fourth inning for the Nationals. Crowd has filled in a little bit, at least again in those shaded parts. It was a pretty big Independence Day crowd yesterday, 37,355. They showed up and watched their team get crushed by the Red Sox. Pitch outside now to the right-hand hitting Brady House. But it is just another perfect day for baseball. Right-hander deals. House fouls it high and off to the right. Now the count 1-1 on the third baseman Brady House. Red Sox lead the game 9-1. The task for Walker Buehler is very simple. Just strikes here. This will be a 65th pitch. Here comes. And it is down and away 2-1. In a second, we'll check the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Low off of second, Bell off of first. Pitch from Buehler is a great fastball. Outside corner, Narvaez's mitt barely rippled, and it's 2-2. It's that sinker. That's a pitch that they've talked about him wanting to use more. It's had some of the best results on it. 2-2. Pitch is right there, outside corner, called strike 3. And in the fourth inning, with 2 men on and the water a little hot, Walker Buehler delivers his first strikeout of the afternoon. Exact same pitch, sinker. Right-hand hitter, it started on the outer half and then slipped back over that outer edge. There's one down. Still 2 men on, 1 out. And a first pitch strike to Dalen Lyle on a 93-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. Buehler about to throw his 69th pitch of the afternoon. He comes 1 out into the fourth inning. Here comes. And it is another strike. Sinker on the inside corner. It's 0-2. It's just so much more fun to watch him pitch when he has command of those fastballs. Just punched out his first of the day. The 0-2 is down and in on a bouncing knuckle curve. 1-2 on Lyle. On the Subaru of New England scoreboard, Yankees are playing just another bizarre game with the Mets. It's 5-2 Mets in the 4th inning in Flushing. Brandon Nimmo hit a grand slam in the 1st inning off of Carlos Rodon. Pitch here is hit hard and foul, first base side of the ground.
It's very important to repeat that score because I got great friends in the booth, Kevin Edgar, Michael Boardman. The Yankees are losing again. It's good. Brings us great pain to deliver that news, doesn't it?
That's it. They're nodding their heads right now, going, great, great. It's good. It'll be 1-2. Yeah, the pitch is high, 2-2. Yeah.
I like that. That was a little John Sterling. It'll be.
That's it. It creeps out, you know.
Isn't it amazing what the Blue Jays have done, though? I mean, they're on fire.
Incredible. Toronto tied at 3 in the 7th inning against Anaheim right now. Pitch here, 2-2, is outside, 3-2.
We were here about 10 days ago, Coop, where the Red Sox made up all the ground. They beat the Yankees 5 of 6. They were within 4.5 in the American League East, and they're sort of back into that world where the division is not out of the question.
And on 1st and 2nd, 1 out, 3-2 from Buehler is swung on and grounded foul, first base side. And Tampa, too. 6-5 against the Twins today. They lose in Minnesota. So Tampa's now 48-41. And the Blue Jays woke up today in sole possession of first place. They've won 50 games. They're 12 over. As the pitch is swung on, Bloop behind second. Story turned around. It's over his head and into center. Everybody up 90 feet. It was a single with the man on second, but the man on second low doesn't have great speed and had to hold to see it down, so he only gets to third. But the bases are loaded against Buehler now with 1 out in the 4th inning.
Well, now it's about just limiting the damage, right? 75 pitches in 4 innings. They want him to at least get them through 6 innings, did not get into the bullpen. They're fresh. They had the off day. They did not get into the pen really yesterday at all in the blowout win. But this is hunker down time right here, big time for Buehler.
I do think, and again, there's a lot of story here left to be written, but I do think that when things have gone a little wrong for him in this outing, the response has been a lot better, just in terms of strike throwing. Andrew Bailey went out there, talked to Buehler and the rest of the infield. Walker then walked off the back of the mound, seemed to stare into the DC sky, take a big breath, and now gets back on the rubber. That's the other part of it, too. There's the mental side of this for him. Bases loaded, 1 out. Red Sox lead 9-1 in the 4th inning. Now he faces Keibert Ruiz. First pitch ground ball to first baseman Toro. Sets, throws to second, 1. Back to first. It is not in time. And a run scores. Buehler got off the mound and covered. It was tight, and they're going to look at it.
I don't know that his foot was on the bag. It was bang, bang. I think Walker's foot was a little bit short of the first base bag there. They're not going to look at it.
It was Ruiz sprinting down the line, a left-hand hitter, and a catcher that doesn't run great, but runs well for a catcher.
But that's a trade that Walker will take 10 times out of 10.
Fielder's choice. 3-6. 9-2 game as the run scores. 2 outs now, men on the corners, and Walker is 1 out away from slipping out of this. Right hand hitting Jacob Young. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. And even in a 7-run game here, Alex Cora has Justin Wilson up in the bullpen right now, 77 pitches into the outing, which tells you a lot about where he is right now. 0-1 down and away, 1-1.
Yeah, just trying to work him back in. I mean, it was surprising to see him yesterday. He needed work. Just trying to get that arm back in shape. But again, I really think that their strong preference, Coop, is to get Wilson down. They want Buehler to get at least through the 5th inning here today.
1 out away from getting through the 4th. Pitch is caught on a miss. Great sweeper there. Pitch that Buehler's not thrown a lot of, just ducked away from the right-handed bat of Young. And the count's 1-2. Buehler got his first strikeout of the day 3 batters ago against Brady House. Has Bell on third, Ruiz on first, 2 down in the 4th inning. It'll be a 1-2, and it's swung on in line into right field, sinking, and Anthony, who makes the play, stumbling down. He keeps it in his glove and keeps a run off the board. That is a breath for Walker Buehler. Red Sox lead 9-2 as we make our way to the 5th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers. But you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And we go into the top of the 5th inning. Red Sox having a party in D.C. Jaron Duran to lead it off in the Herb Chambers batting order, which is brought to you by Herb Chambers Mini of Boston. The starter Parker has thrown 74 pitches. 9 hits, including a 2-run triple last time for Duran. Left-hander stands in as Parker throws, and Jaron checks his swing. The breaking ball he did not hold up. Just on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. 2 in the first, 7 in the third. Offensive explosion for the Red Sox here in the nation's capital the last couple of days. 0-1. Pitch is a little pop-up back of second base. And that's second baseman Garcia is there just to his left on the dirt to make the play, and there's quickly one away.
You know there's a child on your lap right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure.
We got Charlie here in his Red Sox jersey. Bailey down in the suite, provided by our great buddy Kevin Edgar and the Alex Bregman City Connect uni. It is a Red Sox crowd here today. It's amazing. You feel that walking around this ballpark, so many jerseys. As Abraham Toro digs into the right-handed batter's box, he takes a strike with a curveball on the outside corner. Abraham struck out in the second, reached on an error in the third. 9-2 Red Sox. The pitch is low. I was taking the boys into the suite a little earlier. Bailey, my son, as you know, is just completely obsessed with everything. Mm-hmm. And we were walking down this hallway, very fancy. He's not usually, among the highbrow folks. And he said, "Where are we going into the suite?" "No, I want to watch the ball game." The 1-1 pitch is a little bit low. Luckily, the suite has about the best seats possible. Yeah. So he's in the front row. He just saw Thomas Jefferson win the president's race between the top and bottom of the 4th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 down in the top of the 5th. The pitch is a ball down and in.
I was just gutted for George Washington. That was a horrible way to lose.
Teddy clotheslined him, didn't he?
It was a joke. I mean, who's sanctioning this?
Do you know, it was really kind of controversial that they let Teddy Roosevelt win his first ever president's race. The 3-1 pitch is a line drive up the middle, but caught again by Garcia to his left. And just like that, two-way. It was a huge gag here in town that Teddy always lost. He found a way, whether he did a U-turn, he fell over, whatever. And they won their first division championship 7 years ago, and they let Teddy win, and then they immediately got swept in the playoff series. So people blame Teddy's win for that reversal of fortune. Although, of course, 6 years ago, the Nets, what a dramatic World Series win. 2 down, bases empty. Here's Cedon. The pitch to him is a high pop-up. Garcia's been a busy man. He's not Teddy Roosevelt, but he makes all 3 putouts here in this top of the 5th inning, and very quickly the inning is over. Rough Rider, perhaps. 9-2. Red Sox lead the Nats halfway home on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey, it's Walker Buehler. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
When we go into the bottom of the 5th inning, Walker Buehler going to try to ride this thing out. I'll see C.J. Abrams as the Red Sox having fun in D.C. 9-2 is the score. C.J. Abrams has flied to center, singled and scored one of the Nats' 2 runs as Buehler throws, and a pop foul on the third base side. Out of play for strike 1. You got your first taste of D.C. for the 4th of July. Big booming fireworks over the National Mall, Cooper.
It delivered.
Yeah.
It delivered.
In my lifetime, that's the longest fireworks show I've ever seen. The 0-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
We're 15 minutes in, and I turned. I was like, it's got to be over soon. It was not even close.
No balls, 2 strikes to Abrams. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a foul into the mitt. Narvaez picks it out of the dirt, and Buehler tires Abrams to begin the bottom of the 5th.
I really enjoyed it. Bradfo and I were talking about this on the pregame show. They've not yet figured out how to make shapes in firework technology. Like, the hearts kept coming out all jumbled weird.
What do you mean?
Like, so they made a heart, but it came out, I'm just showing you, yeah, like came out like a half cloud or something.
Really good radio, Coop. 1 down. Here is a left-handed hitter, Wood, one of the great young stars in the game. He takes a breaking ball down and in for ball 1.
Peanut gallery like that.
Curtis Leggett is here with us. He's the CEO of the National Association of Broadcasters, so he's grading you very hard right now as the 1-0 pitch misses low, and it's 2 balls
Sorry
and no
about
strikes.
that cloud thing I was talking about. Forget it.
Use your words, Cooper. But there is nothing quite like it, the majesty of those fireworks over the monuments here in our nation's capital. The 2-0, big swing and a miss. Had a cut fastball, and it's 2-1. I mean, I'm biased. I grew up here, but it always takes me back to my childhood and the greatest things about this wonderful country we call home. 2-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2.
I was just amazed walking around. Okay, so there's the main show, but then everything else around it.
Yeah.
Right? The number of fireworks displays around the city, sanctioned or not.
2-2 is a ground ball up the middle. Story has it on a backhand just to the left of the second base bag. Throws to first in time and very quickly. 2 down. Nice bounce back inning for Walker Buehler.
It's been really good from Walker now. I mean, you're 4 2/3, coming up on 90 pitches. I think you'd love to see if he can get you an out or 2 in the 6th inning, but again, this is a real start. I think that's, more than anything, that's the difference between this and what the last 3-4 weeks have been.
His 88th pitch comes home, and it's chopped to the right side. It plays a low hop off the collar. Romey's got it, throws to first in time. Easy breezy does it for Buehler. We go to the 6th inning. Red Sox 9, Nationals 2. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at bottlelotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at bottlelotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Nate Eaton leads off the 6th inning. Red Sox lead 9-2. And a first pitch cut on and missed by Nate from the left-hander Mitchell Parker, who the Red Sox have crushed all day long. 2 in the first, 7 in the third. And that's the difference in the game right now. Parker, for his money, though, is about to throw his 84th pitch. He's gotten to the 6th inning for them. And his second is just outside. 1-1 to Nate Eaton, who has his 4th at-bat of the day in the 6th inning. He's reached on an error. That error that started the game by Brady has, in many ways changed the game. 1-1 check swing and a curveball low. 2-1 because 4 pitches later, Romy Gonzalez delivered an RBI double. They gave the Red Sox their first run on their first hit. 9 hits, 9 runs later. They've got a 7-run lead. 2-1 count. Pitch from Parker is low and away. 3-1 on Eaton. Nate also got his first extra base hit of his Red Sox career. Double in the 3rd inning. Romy Gonzalez drove him in on an RBI single 1 batter later. 3-1 count here. Pitch to him is a fastball for a strike on the outer edge, and it's 3-2. Shadows moving across the field into left now as Parker in the sunshine deals and punches out Eaton. Knee-high fastball on a 3-2. A strikeout, and there's one down in the 6th inning. Red Sox code word of the game is Washington, D.C. All one word. Be sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. 9-2 Sox here in the 6th. Now it's Romy, right-hand hitter. And he takes a slow curve for another strike from Mitchell Parker. Nationals, for at least the 3rd time, maybe 4th, have a reliever up, right-hander throwing. And for the record, there's no one warming in the Red Sox bullpen. Pitch is cut on and missed, and it's 0-2 on Romy. Walker Buehler's gone through now 5 innings of 2-run ball. Only 1 of those were earned. He's thrown 89 pitches, but Alex Cora looks like he wants to see outs in that 6th inning. 0-2 from Parker is on the inside corner, called strike 3. Late call from Chad Fairchild, the home plate umpire, but it's another looking K. And there are 2 down in the 6th inning. And why not for Walker? I mean, every instant that he spends on this mound where he's having a pretty darn good day, again, the 5 innings of 2-run ball, only one of them earned, is another moment that builds his confidence. 2 down. And a first pitch called strike one to Roman Anthony, left on left. And obviously it's been a day where he's had room and space to breathe and think and pitch. Pitch here. Anthony grounds it right side, and it gets through again. Another hit for Roman. On 5 times yesterday, 2 hits. He's got 2 hits today as this goes 1-0-1 off the bat. His last 10 games, he's hit 17 balls at 95 miles an hour or better. This was, I think back to a conversation I had with Roman's AAA manager, Chad Tracy, who really helped kind of, put these guys in the right direction when they got to AAA. As first pitch strike is in there to Rob Refsnyder, fastball at the knees. Where, he made the point that the cool part about Roman slumping, and I use slumping in air quotes here, is he still hits the ball hard. A 1 swing and a fly ball to right field, backs up Lyle. He's under it on the track. He makes the catch to get Refsnyder and end the inning. Anthony's second hit of the day, nothing more. We go to the bottom half of the 6th with the Sox leading 9-2 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
9-2 Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Walker Buehler is still out there. His first pitch is a curveball inside, ball 1 to the 4-hitter Nathaniel Lowe. So the Red Sox, on a day where, we showed up on the air today, and you're kind of like, all right, here we go. What kind of Walker is it going to be? 1-0 fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. The Red Sox made his life a lot easier. They scored 2 in the top of the 1st inning. He walked to the mound in the bottom of the 1st with the lead. 1-1 foul back, but we know this, that hasn't necessarily mattered. Didn't matter against Anaheim a week and a half ago or so on the road. It certainly didn't matter against the Blue Jays when he gave up 2 in the 1st inning. 1-2 here. Pitch is inside. Lowe had to jump out of the way of a slider. But Walker held up his end. Scoreless first, scoreless second, and then the Red Sox made his life way easier. They put up 7 in the 3rd inning on Mitchell Parker. They took a 9-0 lead. Buehler's given up a couple of runs, but pitch here is swung on it again, fouled off the front foot of Lowe. But he's 5 innings in. He's on the mound in the 6th inning for the first time in a very long time. And he's got a chance to at least threaten a quality start. Out of the wind, 95th pitch, 2-2 grounded foul again by Lowe. There hasn't been swing and miss against Buehler for Buehler against these Nationals. He's K'd 2 now over 5 innings, but he's limited hard contact. He's thrown a lot of strikes. Alleluia. And again, he's ahead. 2-2 count. Here's a pitch. Fastball up and away. And it's 3-2. One of the best parts of what he's done is, and he's rarely gotten 3-ball counts. He's in one here. It's a 3-2, and the pitch is swung on. Fly ball center field. Rafaela chasing. Still back at the track at the wall. He leaps up, and it's over his head. Rafaela bounces into the fence as the ball gets away. Hope he's okay. As the left fielder Duran gets to it and gets it in. It's a triple for Lowe off the center field wall. Now we look at Rafaela. He's up. Standing on the warning track. Right fielder Anthony was over to check on him. The Red Sox and Alex Cora on the top step of the dugout looking out at Rafaela. He's fine. He's kind of waving everyone away. Has his hands on his hips. And again, that ball straight over his head. It's like 405 feet to dead center. He's sprinting after it. He almost made a play that almost nobody else would. Instead, a triple. And now Josh Bell takes ball 1 down and in. Greg Weisert's up for the Red Sox. Buehler about to throw his 99th pitch of the day. And it swung on and fouled back by Bell on the ground, 1-1. You'd like to get Buehler through an out or two in this 6th inning, but you understand if he can't get you through the whole thing. He's given you a lot. Just be nice for him to walk off the mound feeling good. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. That's through. Just crept through. RBI single for Josh Bell past the second baseman Gonzalez. 2 hits to start the 6th inning. And it's a 9-3 Red Sox lead. That's going to be the last pitch, I think, of Walker's day. It's unfortunate. You sent him out there for the 6th inning. I think you probably hoped that he would be able to get you a little bit more, but Alex Cora takes the ball from him, gives him a tap on the back, and that is more than a step in the right direction. Walker walking off the mound, and I'll tell you what, there are a lot of Red Sox fans here, and a lot of them on that third base side are standing and giving him an ovation that he absolutely deserves. Walker Buehler done. So Greg Weissert coming in. Remind you, the Red Sox baseball is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. We'll step aside. Pitching change. Red Sox leading 9-3 against Washington on the shelves in Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connecticare plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make bumpy costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything. From an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connecticare plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Storrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Greg Weissert is on with a man on first in the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox lead 9-3 against the Nationals. And his first pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball right by the right-hand hitting Brady House. Sox up 9-3. Nationals just got one. It was a triple by Nathaniel Lowe that set up an RBI single by Josh Bell. That was the last pitch that Walker Buehler threw today. 0-1's outside, and it's 1-1 on House. But You kind of look at the scale of Walker Buehler's outings and over the last 4 or 5 weeks here. As Weissert from the right side sets, takes a big on breath, and delivers. Swing and a miss again. And it's 1-2 on a sinker at 93. In Anaheim, it was really ugly. He could not throw a strike. They felt like the Blue Jays start on Sunday was a good step. 1-2. Pitch is swung on in line deep to center field, but Rafael is there, angling backward. He makes the catch. Ballerina feet out of him. Rafaela makes the grab, and there are one down finally in this 6th inning. That outing Sunday gives up the 2 runs early on the homers, and it's a really nice couple of innings. He again retired 10 in a row at one point, and then lost it at the end. And it was one of those where he said, well, it goes 4 innings. It was an okay start, relative to what he had been doing. As Weissert sets and delivers to Dalen Lyle, ball 1 low on a slider. Today, there really are no qualifications. You don't have to say, that was good for, a guy who's struggling or anything. He had a nice start today. 5 innings of 3-run ball. And by far the best step for him. 1-0, swinging a fly ball to left field. Jarren Duran tracking towards the wall. He's under it. And he makes the catch 1 step onto the warning track. There are 2 down to the 6th inning. Buehler's final line looks like this. 5 innings, 8 hits, but again, some batted ball luck in there. 3 runs, 2 earned, 0 walks, and 2 Ks. And I will just say this, 0 walks. Say one more time, 0 walks. Guy who walked 3 in his final 4 batters against Toronto on Sunday through strikes. And then the offense made all of our lives and all of our nerves a lot easier today. 9-3 lead. Man on first. And a first pitch cut and a miss on Keibert Ruiz, switch hitting catcher batting from the left. Weissert out of the bullpen. Bullpen report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Right on left, Greg Weissert sets and deals. Pitch is sliced foul off to the left. Folks, if you want to win free groceries for a year and prizes like $500 in Shaw's gift cards, or your kid is a junior broadcaster, enter the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. You spend $50, get your code, and enter. Official rules at GrandSlamSummerSweeps.com. 0-2 is swung on and grounded foul again. .89 degrees at first pitch in the nation's capital. Blue skies overhead, the American flag in left center field blowing lazily in. The 0-2 from Greg Weissert is swung on and lined into left center field. That's a hit, and it runs its way towards the gap. Rafaela cuts it off and gets it in, throws behind the runner at second. Not in time. Bell safe at second. Ruiz safe at first with a single. And the inning stumbles on. Another hit, and an inning where Washington has already scored 1 run. And there are 2 on here in this bottom of the 6th inning. You're up 9-0, and it did feel a little ho-hum for a few innings, but you got to be very careful. Jacob Young in the box, 2 men on, 6-run lead. First pitch, swinging a fly ball deep towards right center. Rafaela looks like he's there. Eyes on it. He is under it, and he makes the catch to finish off the inning and keep this a 6-run Red Sox lead. 9-3 Sox as we head to the 7th on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Your burger is served. And this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Today's seventh inning is sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or a work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. Couple more numbers for you. They're good ones. 9-3 Red Sox over the Nationals as we go to that seventh inning. Mitchell Parker, the Washington starter, is finally out of this game. The Red Sox scored 9 runs against him. And Ryan Ludis is on, right-handed reliever who pitched yesterday and gave up a home run to Trevor Story. In what was an 11-2 Red Sox win, they got a 6-run lead in the seventh inning on this Saturday. Right-hand hitting Carlos Narvaez leads off. And he takes a called strike one. It'll be Narvaez, Trevor, and then Jaron Duran. And the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Pre-Owned Cars and Trucks. Right on right, infield plays Narvaez to pull. And he takes outside. The count 1-1. Parker's final line. Very strange final line. 6 innings, 10 hits, 9 runs, 4 earned with 1 walk and 4 Ks. But those unearned runs, as the pitch is grounded left side, right at the third baseman House, who gloves in the hole, throws across the diamond and gets Narvaez 5-3 for the first out of the seventh inning. The line is so squirrely because the error that was committed for all the unearned runs was by the pitcher himself, Parker. Made his life so difficult. The Red Sox jumped all over him with 7 extra runs in the third inning, and they lead 9-3. One down for Trevor Story now. He's 1 for 3 after a 4-hit day yesterday. Ludis's pitch is a fastball for a strike at the knees on the outer edge. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan Postgame Show. Nissan's here to help you save this summer with no lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinders. Possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. Pitch, swinging a ground ball, left side, diving stop, House at third, to his feet, throw, skips to first, in time. Wow. You would have to believe that when Trevor Story hit that ball, he thought he was about to be standing on second with a double. 106 off the bat, and the big frame of House on a dive to his right not only took the ball away, but then skipped it like a stone from third to first on 4 hops to take the hit away from Story. And they're 2 down. It's a really nice player, Brady House. 2 down, nobody on. And a first pitch called strike at the knees to Jaron Duran. Red Sox leading 9-3 in the 7th inning on this Saturday afternoon at Nats Park in D.C. Right-hander Ryan Ludus sets and deals. And Duran cuts in. Foul tips it. Count 0-2.
Coop, I think I pronounced his name 7 different ways yesterday, and all of them were wrong.
Again, it's like close your eyes at the dartboard and just Loutos.
Ludus, huh?
Sure. That's what we're going with. Counts 0-2 with 2 down. And the pitch from Ludus is inside. Give you a quick Subaru of New England scoreboard. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. That crazy game in Flushing gets crazier. 7-4 Mets over the Yankees in the 6th inning. Ludus's pitch. Swing and a foul off to the left. Home runs in that game from Brandon Nimmo, Pete Alonso, Jazz Chisholm, and Austin Wells. Ooh. They have 11 runs in 6 innings.
By the way, did you see that James Wood earlier today was here practicing for the home run derby?
I did, and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Duran strikes out. They were giving him like a full round of applause in the first base dugout when he was hitting earlier. Red Sox up huge. It's 9-3 as we make our way to the bottom of the 7th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Celebrate the 4th of July weekend by saving at Shaw's and Star Market. Get value pack 80% lean fresh ground beef for just $2.97 a pound. Limit 2, short on time. Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Shaw's and Star Market's the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Pretty good July 5th so far. Red Sox leading 9-3 in Washington against the Nationals. Trying to win their 2nd straight series. And Brennan Bernardino is the 3rd Red Sox pitcher of the day. He'll go left on left against C.J. Abrams at the top of the Nats lineup. First pitch, ground ball off of Bernardino, up the middle, backhand behind second Story. Throws to first and gets Abrams by a step. Took a pinball bounce, but that was easy for Trevor. And there's one down to the bottom of the 7th. Let's pause quick for station ID in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Nationals Park, Washington, D.C. Pitch from Bernardino's on the inside quarter for a strike to James Wood, alongside Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman. Red Sox 11-2 win yesterday. Took a 9-0 lead in this game. They lead 9-3 in the 7th. Pitch is just inside. Walker Buehler goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs. He worked into the 6th, but gave up a triple and a single, and that was it. Not exactly 100 pitches. He was good. Pitch is a strike to Wood, and it's 1-2.
I think what you said earlier is so true, Coop. Just a step forward.
Yeah.
He needs foundational sort of building blocks, and I think today was one.
And it was a real start. It wasn't just a start that was good for him, as the pitch is grounded again off the mound, again up the middle, right to Story. And he fires over to first. Same deal, and the same result, 2 down.
Isn't it crazy? These pitchers, their instincts is always to try to make the play, but that was like an exact instant replay. Learned his lesson, let it go, and easy does it.
He was like handcuffing himself from going to get it. Hey, we got the results of our Twitter poll today. New England Chevy dealers question of the day, which was which of the surging players is going to have the best second half for the Sox? As Bernardino gets the outside corner with a strike to Garcia.
What were the choices?
So Giolito, Story, Rafaela, and Duran. Who do you think won?
I know who my answer would be for sure.
A 1. Pitch is low and away, 1-1.
I got Cedon.
Ooh. So Cedon is second, 26%. Jaron wins at 32%.
Well, I mean, the track record is there.
Yeah.
But I just think Cedon is totally ready to take off.
Yeah. And he sustained it for so long now. 1-1, chopper up the middle, past Bernardino again, the second baseman, and Romy throws him out for 3 to end the inning. And Bernie showing extraordinary restraint. Goes 1-2-3 in the 7th. Sox lead 9-3 as we go to the 8th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Catch Foxwoods for You Fest, headlined by CeeLo Green with Spencer Sutherland. Play John and More, hosted by That One Mailman on July 12th. After the show, get trending with your fave influencers like the Boston Deli Boys, Saxsquatch, and more at the free meetup party. Then hit Wave Foxwoods Day Party, a summer celebration with a festival vibe featuring DJ Summer Rae on July 13th. For You Fest, July 12th through 13th. Get more info and tickets at foxwoods.com.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The 2025 Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? Well, meet Experian, your BFF, as in big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. Experian not only has a bunch of ways to help you save, but lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and many other things you'd expect from a big financial friend. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Based on FICO Score 8 model. Offers and approval not guaranteed. Terms apply. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It's a Red Sox party in the nation's capital. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Pitching change for Davey Martinez. The Red Sox closing in on a series win. Looking like with Garrett Crochet on the mound tomorrow afternoon, a chance for a 3-game sweep of these Nats. 9-3 the score. Abraham Toro to lead it off against Salazar out of the Nationals bullpen. Toro today has struck out swinging, lined out to second, and reached on the error by the pitcher Parker. Here's the first pitch to him, and it's driven high and deep down the right field line, hooking and foul outside the pole. Toro just underneath that one on the right field side and along a deep, strike 1. Red Sox gathered, rooftop dinner, drinks, fireworks extravaganza for them last night as the 0-1 is to the backstop through the wickets of the catcher Ruiz, and it's 1-1. And even though they continue to sort of stumble back and forth around 500, you get the sense this group is really sort of finding itself. See if they can pay it forward tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Toro takes a fastball high and away, and it's 2-1.
I asked Alex Cora in the dugout. I was like, you have a good, 4th of July. He goes, oh, we had a good 4th.
It's the second time in the last 8 years the Red Sox have been here on Independence Day. 2-1. Here's the pitch, and it is fouled right back to the screen. It's a family trip, lots of wives, kids, girlfriends are here, and just kind of a special time to be a part of this group on the road. Sox will be home for 2 series with the Rockies and the Rays, and then into the All-Star break they go. The 2-2 is fouled. Toro battling here with Salazar. It stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. This just feels like such a critical stretch, Cooper, with the Red Sox here in D.C., then especially with the Rockies. You feel like they've got to make some hay.
No question about it. And I also think...
You think a lot of things. The 2-2 is grounded toward first, and it's a fair ball off the glove of Lowe into the outfield. Toro's going to try it. He rounds first. He's into second base. These Nationals have made a mess of this game defensively. Toro takes advantage, and he's at second base to begin this 8th inning.
Yeah, I can't believe how many errors they've made in this game. And again, balls that look so innocuous, and it really was. I mean, Lowe has to bend down to his left a little bit, but it's obviously a play that needs to be made down the line there. But you have to take advantage of it, too. The Red Sox have done that with flying colors.
Their 3rd error of the game. Red Sox leading by 6. Here now, Cedon Rafaela's homered. He's 1 for 3. Salazar checks on Toro at second. Long set at the belt. The pitch. Cedon drives one down the right field line. That is a base hit. It's going to go to the corner. They do cash in the error. Toro scores. Cedon thinking about it. He rounds second and then falls. Did he hurt himself? He's in a rundown, grabbing at his lower back. Abrams will tag him out, and you just now hope that Cedon is okay. He blew out a tire going around that second base bag, and a guy who's been so hot and so important looks to be okay as he walks off the diamond. Wow.
Yeah, he does look okay, which is good. Is really, really good news that he's saying something as he walks off the field too. So I think that's good. Remember, he crashed into the center field wall not, an inning ago and was all right, but got up slow. So, maybe feeling some effects there, but it's a guy that never plays the game in any way other than full speed.
So now it's 10-3, and here is Nate Eaton, who hits a soft dribbler foul on the third base side. I mean, Rafaela has just been spectacular this week for the Red Sox. He's one of the great players in the American League for a month running. And that was a really awkward collision for him going into that center field wall. He does such a nice job protecting himself defensively. He did not on that occasion. The 0-1 is swung on and missed by Eaton, a good slider. And watching the replay, Cedon really just sort of lost his momentum and edge in a way. He kind of went head over heels rounding the second base bag. You're worried that he grabbed at his lower back after that as Eaton swings and misses. And he is gone, strikes out for out number 2.
I think it started, and it's obviously, I'm not in his head, so it's hard to quite tell, but I think it started because he took a misstep on the second base bag. He hit the front of it, and I think he thought he was in a different part of the bag. So then 2 steps later, he was already kind of stumbling and then goes down. But I actually think that's probably best case scenario in that scenario.
Here's Romy Gonzalez. He grounds one to the second baseman, Garcia. He gloves and throws to first in time. Red Sox get a run and hope Cedon is okay. I think they might reshuffle things defensively. We'll see whether Rafaela takes the field here when we return. It might be Wilyer Abreu time in D.C. Halfway through the 8th, 10-3 Red Sox. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, Cedon Rafaela has come out of the game. Precautionary, you hope. The Red Sox will put Nate Eaton in center field. From third base, and Marcelo takes over at the hot corner as Nathaniel Lowe facing Brennan Bernardino. 10-3 Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Bullpen activity begins again for the Nationals as Bernie fires a strike on the inside corner to Lowe. And it is 0-1. Bernardino is such an efficient bottom of the 7th inning. He did only 8 pitches. His 10th comes home and it misses to Lowe, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Shadows covering most of the infield as Bernie fires a strike on the outside corner, a 91-mile-an-hour sinker, and it's 1-2. It's one of the reasons the Red Sox like Nate Eaton so much. He's so versatile. He can do a lot of different things defensively. 1-2 is strike 3 called. Fastball on the outside corner, and Bernie cruising along, 1 away.
Be very interesting to see what happens with the bench decisions when Alex Bregman comes back, because and it's not maybe this 1-1, but I actually think it ends up this way. It's either David Hamilton or it's Nate Eaton, and Nate's made a case here.
He's shown just as much versatility and speed on the bases. He can play more positions. Here now, Josh Bell with 1 down in the 8th inning. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer. Lower MSRPs on Rogue Pathfinder. They got a shot of Cedon in the dugout. He looks okay as a fastball right on the inside corner. And I think Bernardino got hit with an automatic ball before he threw his first pitch, and it's 1-1. There's no real sign of concern. Anthony Cerundolo, the trainer, was attending to Cedon as a soft ground ball back to the mound off the glove of Bernie. He bobbles, picks it up with the bare hand, and the human magnet flips to first, and they're 2 down.
He's playing like middle linebacker.
It's unbelievable.
There. 2 balls off of him last inning. This one he just knocked down in front. He seems to, more than most guys, enjoy when balls are hit to him.
I don't really enjoy the fact that my jeans and shoes are covered in Coca-Cola from my 7-year-old beautiful son. Here's House. 2 down, the base is empty. The pitch is a little bit outside.
Well, I'm doing the game, a couple innings ago, and I look over, and everything I see is dripping. I was like, oh, no.
And the boys and mom are here. And my son, as you know, is just so locked in. This is unbelievable. Another ground ball up the middle, back of the bag. The second baseman, Romy, throws in time to first. It's very quickly done by Bernardino. I can't remember 2 innings ever. 6 more balls hit almost in the exact same spot. And Bernardino cruises along in the 8th. 3 more outs to go. The Red Sox leading 10-3 in D.C. on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
When it tastes as good as takeout and leaves you feeling like, that's Kevin's Natural Foods. Protein-packed meals, clean ingredients, shockingly delicious flavor. Get that clean eating feeling with Kevin's Natural Foods in the refrigerated aisle.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Christian Arcand Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
On we go into the ninth inning. Red Sox leading 10-3, which means Davey Martinez cannot go to position players. Rutledge is out of their bullpen. Promise I'll tell you his first name in just a moment. Is Roman Anthony, who's just been exceptional yet again today. Couple hits. On base 2 more times. He leads it off in the top of this ninth inning. My game notes and stat pack soaked in Coca-Cola. It's Jackson Rutledge on for the 29th time. And now, does he have a pitch comm issue? I'm not sure what's going on.
Someone spilled Coca-Cola all over his pitch comm. That's what happened.
Yeah, he's in front of the mound now. The bat boy is going to come bring the new transponder. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan Postgame show. Here, it'll be saved with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. I mean, really, you look at this Red Sox club, especially at the top of the batting order, it's just been damaged left and right. Eaton, Gonzalez, Anthony on base today. Combined 7, make it 8 times with the error to Eaton in the first as Anthony takes a first pitch ball outside, and it's 1-0. Those top 4 hitters have scored 5 of the Red Sox 10 runs. Toro scored twice. Cedon a 2-run homer and an RBI double as Anthony takes strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
Oh, the numbers are insane over the last 2 days now.
1-1. The pitch. Swing and a big miss. Fastball 1-2.
It's what? So 9 offensive innings yesterday. We're 8 offensive. So the last 17 innings, they've gone 21 runs on 27 hits.
Amazing. And what's been really impressive about it's not really been home runs. Yeah. 1-2 to Anthony. Here's the pitch. And Roman bloops one on the right side of the infield. Garcia and Lowe come together, and the Nats' second baseman, Canna Corn, is there to make the play. I mean, it was Story's 2-run homer yesterday, very late, that made it an 8-run game. And, of course, Cedon launched here today, but it's just been a big single and double after another.
Yeah, and it's the doubles, right? I mean, you have 4 extra base hits yesterday, 1 home run, so you had 3 doubles in that game. Today, 4 doubles and 1 triple. And, this is an offense that most nights has led the league in doubles.
Rob Refsnyder stands in. He takes a pitch outside for ball 1. 10-3 Red Sox. Refsnyder has doubled. He's 1 for 4. He drives one high into right field. It'll hang up, and the play is made out there, and Refsnyder is out number 2. I mean, Fenway, great doubles ballpark with the monster, the big power rallies. But even as the Red Sox have not accomplished their postseason goals, these last several years, they continue over and over again to be at the top of the league in doubles.
They've been a good club offensively. I mean, largely speaking. And I thought there was some some numbers would suggest some overperformance last year.
Here's Carlos Narvaez, who swings and misses, strike 1.
But the questions of the last few years have not been about offense, and it's different with all the changes, and obviously the Devers trade has changed the complexion of this team. But this team is, regardless of whether he's here or not, capable of doing what they've done over the last 48 hours a lot.
2 down to the top of the ninth. 10-3 Red Sox. Base is empty. Narvaez swings and misses at a breaking ball. So the Red Sox came into today 25 doubles ahead of the Chicago Cubs, for the most in Major League Baseball, and they've got 2 more here today. It's remarkable what they've done at the plate. The 0-2 to Narvaez, a soft chopper on the left side. It is handled there by House. He throws to first in time, and the inning is over. I think Alcala is going to come on and have the bottom of the ninth for the Red Sox. 10-3, a Commanders score on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI. Jorge Alcala is on to try to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Red Sox having fun in D.C. They lead 10-3. Buehler, 5 pretty solid innings. Cedon, Romy, Anthony, a lot of offensive heroes for the Sox as they look to knock down this series win. Alcala has been very impressive for the Red Sox. A little stumble a couple days ago against the Blue Jays, but overall, his 30th appearance, he's had a big arm, and Cooper, he's looking like a piece of this bullpen.
I was gonna say, that was a deal. You opened Twitter right that night, and you're like, what? It was just kind of random, but this is what this pitching group believes it can do and can do, which is fix guys, get the best out of them, and they're doing it right now with a guy like this, and they're better for it.
Here's Dalen Lyle, left-handed hitter, the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen. In your very weird scorebook, did you happen to catch the attendance here today?
Oh, no. Sorry, I have a lot of other information here, but I do not have
Attendance report brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. As Alcala wants a new baseball. Whether you're craving fresh, hand-breaded chicken or tenders, eat fried chicken sandwiches and nuggets, Crispy Crunchy Chicken delivers. 34,319. A lot of them wearing Red Sox gear as the pitch misses low. And it's 1-1. Malley here, one of the great engineers in all of big league baseball. David Azer back at the flagship WEEI. 1 ball, 1 strike as Alcala misses down and in. 2-1. Hot and humid and perfect this time of year in the nation's capital sure helps. And you're rolling offensively the way the Red Sox are. I said it was a Commanders score, but not lately. Not with Jaden Daniels. Most of the time, their number totals start with a 4 as a high fly ball into the left field corner. Back into his right is Duran. He'll pull up. It is out of play, and it stays 2-2.
As a Bears fan here, I've already explained you cannot bring up Jaden Daniels. We are not talking about quarterbacks. We're not talking about football.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, we've known this, and the Patriots hope that Drake May is that guy. But I think if you redrafted the league, there's no question that the guy who calls DC home would be the #1 overall pick. He just looks like the absolute genuine article.
I just said we're not talking about it.
Yes, we are. The 2-2 pitch is a line drive up the middle on 1 up. Backhanded by Story. He gloves. He throws to first in time. This town is obviously the epicenter of everything political in this country, and it can be so divided on so many levels. And in the 80s and 90s, the Washington then Redskins, the football team here, was the one unifying factor. It brought people from both sides of the aisle together. It was the thing that people could agree on in this polarized city. With 1 down in the 9th, here's Keibert Ruiz, 10-3 Red Sox in the 9th. Alcala winds and a foul back to the screen. And they went into the depths of despair. I mean, for 2.5 decades with Dan Snyder at the helm, the Washington football franchise was literally the worst and most dysfunctional organization in all of pro sports. The 0-1 is a high fly into right field. Playable for Anthony, who about 10 feet in front of the warning track is there to make the play, and they're 2 down. Red Sox an out away from a series win. They sell the team. Josh Harris comes in, owner of the Sixers. They get the #2 overall pick. After Cooper's Bears select Caleb Williams, they get Jaden Daniels, and it is amazing in the blink of an eye how one person can totally revolutionize a franchise. And this fan base, this city here in D.C., man, have they come back in droves. 2 down, bottom 9, pitch is fouled back to the screen. It's 0-1.
I say this with seriously, like, no sarcasm. You must be so happy. Like, it must be just unbelievable.
As a kid who grew up here, going to games at RFK with all those great teams, there is a real civic pride around it. 2 down, the pitch is fouled back to the screen, and the Red Sox are strike away 100 miles an hour from Alcala. I mean, it's not Tom Brady. Nobody is. But it is what Patriot fans got to experience for 2 decades. 10-3 Red Sox. Their fans are up here in D.C. With the red sleeves all the way down to his wrists. Alcala into the wind. The pitch is strike 3 called. Bottom of the zone. Red Sox take the first 2 in D.C. An offensive explosion. 10-3 the final. It's a party in D.C. Nissan Postgame Show is next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
New England's biggest sporting event of the summer. New England Revolution and superstar Carlos Hill versus Inter Miami and soccer legend Lionel Messi at Gillette Stadium on July 9th at 7:30.
This place erupts.
Don't miss the second act of this epic showdown. Get your tickets for July 9th at revolutionsoccer.net/tickets. That's revolutionsoccer.net/tickets.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Storrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
This is the Nissan Postgame Show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Red Sox all over the Nats for a second straight day in the nation's capital. 10-3 the final, and we're joined by Roman Anthony for the first time down in the Red Sox dugout. And Roman, you've been on a base 6 times the last couple of days. It must be fun to be in that dugout these last couple of days. It feels like your team is on a real roll these last couple of days.
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously we've seen what our offense has done here the last 2 days, and it's easy as a hitter when you have guys around you constantly putting up, good at bats, finding ways to get on. So just, adding that to my approach, going up there, just trying to find a way to, move a guy over, get on base and score. I think that's been the biggest thing, and it's contagious for sure. And then not to mention, our pitching's been fantastic. And I think, it's been about a month since I've been here almost, and our pitching, has just been phenomenal the whole time.
Can you talk us through your at-bats against Mitchell Parker today? You guys hang 9 on him to start. You ground out hard in the first inning and then come through with the single the second time up. Can you just walk us through those two there?
Yeah, those first 2 at-bats, had guys on second, had runners on, just trying to, get them over, find a way to score a run early with, no outs, getting up there, just trying to move a guy over. And, I think good things happen when you try to play to win. So, for me, it was pretty simple. It was just a simple approach of, hey, let's move this guy over, and ended up working out there a few times.
watching you in Worcester, like when you're at AAA, you're trying to get to the big leagues and you're kind of, working on the things that you're working on. And now you're here, you're trying to win games. You just mentioned getting guys over. That's not something you're doing in Worcester. What has that been like to learn how to win games that matter so much every single day at the big league level?
Yeah, I think luckily for me, I tried to apply that to my game. And I think our AA manager, Chad Epperson, and then obviously Tracy, in AAA, I think they did a good job of kind of pushing, playing to win. So that way when we get here, it's not, this huge change where suddenly it's not all about you. So I think applying that to my game, in the minor leagues is helpful. But again, it just means that much more when you're here. Your job here is to help the team win. So just having that skill and grinding out every at-bat, grinding out every pitch, and doing everything you can on the offensive side and the defensive side to help your team win, I think is huge.
Roman, you make it look so easy. Your at-bats are so comfortable, and even if you were unlucky, a lot of loud contact that didn't end in hits early in your time here with the Red Sox. Now the results are coming. Does it